At Jiangqing Vocational Academy No. 1, after completing their theoretical studies, all students will awaken their talents today and enter a dungeon for the first time. This young man is Lin Yi. Having been in this world for so long, he has been eagerly awaiting today's awakening. Awakening a talent is crucial for a professional. Talent grades are divided into common, rare, legendary, near God, and mythical. As for the mythical grade talent, no human has ever awakened it. Su Mu is a well-proportioned girl who stands out among the young men and has a close relationship with Lin Yi. The moment Lin Yi patted Su Mu's head, the other young men writhed with jealousy. It seems the young man lives in a school environment filled with jealousy and envy, all because of a girl. The purple-haired youth, number 1001, was the first on stage and awakened the rare grade talent, Mighty Strength. Everyone was amazed, thinking that 1001 would surely be the top student of this exam. He was also extremely jealous of Lin Yi. Let's see what an orphan like you has to attract the attention of the goddess Mu Mu. Lin Yi heard them but ignored their taunts. His goal of becoming the strongest was simply to protect Su Mu. The teacher called his name. The young man walked confidently to the wondrous magic circle before him, the place of talent awakening. He unexpectedly awakened a mythical grade talent, one that had never appeared in history. The young man requested the system to hide it, so that for now, only he would know. Currently, Lin Yi is at level 1 with the power of reverse heaven and earth, which helps reverse and enhance his power and all skills that affect him. It can be turned on or off at will. Additionally, leveling it up can change the nature of skills. The current enhancement effect is a 10% reduction in mana consumption. The current conversion effect is that buff effects will become debuffs, and debuffs will become buffs. Upgrade condition, must reach level 10. It can reverse all effects applied to oneself and the talent can be turned on and off at will. Does this mean that enemies can never defeat me? But if they can only use normal attacks, not skills, or have a priest heal me, they can completely bypass its effect. Is this a form of self-harm? So this is why this talent can be hidden. The moment the young man turned back, everyone was curious. The most curious one was Su Mu, but he decided to hide it from her as well. Everyone thought that Lin Yi had probably only awakened some shameful, trashy talent. A trash talent for a trash person. The goddess really misjudged him, to actually like that kind of trash. The next person on stage was Su Mu. After awakening their talents, students will choose their profession through the goddess statue. This was also the next thing Lin Yi had to do. Please select your desired profession. The young man stood there thinking, if following the logic of being invincible to a certain extent, then reverse heaven and earth is definitely a god-tier skill. I must maximize the talent's potential and compensate for its shortcomings. The young man had made a choice for himself. Please reconfirm your profession. Is it priest? You are currently the first student to choose to become a priest. After he confirmed his choice, the class change was confirmed. Name, Lin Yi, profession, priest, HP, 100. If it drops below 80, you will enter an injured state, and all attributes will be slightly reduced. If it drops below 30, you will enter a heavily injured state, and all attributes will be moderately reduced. If it drops below 5, you will enter a near-death state, and all attributes will be significantly reduced. If it reaches 0, you die. Mana value, 100. Talent, reverse heaven and earth, mythical grade. Attributes, strength, 4, constitution, 4, intelligence, 5, spirit, 5, agility, 4, you possess the skill healing spell, use on a single target, summon life force to restore 50 HP to the target, 5-second cooldown, consumes 10 mana. You also have cleansing spell, use on a single target, summon elemental spirits, restore 30 mana to the target, 12-second cooldown, no cost. Lin Yi decided to immediately try activating reverse heaven and earth, and the healing spell was thus reversed. Use on a single target to drain the opponent's life force, reducing the opponent's HP by 50 points, 5-second cooldown, consumes 9 mana. Just as he imagined, the released skill reduced HP instead of dealing damage, couldn't be blocked by armor, equivalent to true damage, slightly lower than a mage's skill damage. But if the enemy has magic resistance, he still has the upper hand. As for the cleansing spell, the young man initially thought it was useless, but it could prevent a magic-type enemy from casting their ultimate at the last moment, revealing an opening. Following this line of thought, the combat strategy became very clear. He still had to be careful with teammates' buff and healing skills. In the state of reverse heaven and earth, a teammate's buff skill would deal a heavy blow to his body. The other students below immediately laughed at Lin Ye's choice. At this moment, Su Mu's result was revealed. Number 1233, Su Mu, awakens the legendary grade talent, Tears of Emulation, which summons otherworldly spirits to battle. In that instant, everyone was in an uproar. Oh my god, did I hear that right? A legendary grade talent. As expected of the goddess Mu Mu, the only legendary talent so far. I wonder what profession she will choose. The goddess has always been at the top of the theory class. She's truly a genius. How can a lowly priest be worthy of being with such a prodigy? He must want to be the goddess simp. Despite that, they still had no idea what kind of talent Tears of Emulation was. Standing before the god statue, Su Mu chose the mage profession. While everyone was in an uproar, only the principal paid attention to Lin Yi. That kid is special. It's been a long time since a student actively chose the priest profession. This young man doesn't seem to have chosen out of desperation. How interesting. The moment she finished choosing, Su Mu ran straight over to show off. Lin Yi, I chose mage. Let's go to the dungeon together, okay? It seemed they would go together, but the young man refused, saying he had his own plans. Reminder, the novice dungeon, Wolf Forest, has opened. Students who have completed their talent awakening and class change are invited to enter the dungeon. The purple-haired youth came over and asked Lin Yi to persuade Su Mu to join his team, but he was flatly rejected. The principal believed that cooperation was necessary in the dungeon. Even with a good talent, it's hard to fight against a horde of monsters. Young man, when facing demonic beasts, you must put aside any grudges you may have. Seeing the principal's implied meaning, Lin Yi stated firmly. Principal, I don't hold any grudges against them. I just feel that clearing the dungeon alone yields more experience and greater rewards. Alone? How can you possibly do that alone as a priest? If you don't like it, you can switch teams. Don't joke with your own safety. After all, everything that happens in the dungeon affects reality. If you encounter danger, you will truly lose your life. Lin Yi remained firm in his decision. He wanted to clear the dungeon by himself. In reality, he knew that to level up quickly, he had to choose to fight alone. Furthermore, before he was strong enough, his mythical grade talent could not be revealed to others. This made the principal wonder even more why he was so confident. The novice trial dungeon is dangerous. It is recommended that teams enter the dungeon. The young man immediately confirmed and got to work. This is the novice dungeon, Wolf Forest, for levels 1 to 3. A pack of bloodthirsty wolves lives in this forest. They have sharp teeth and claws. If you get surrounded, there is no escape. This place is indeed difficult for students entering a dungeon for the first time. Lin Yi calculated that with good coordination, there would be no casualties. Just getting a B rank would be an extremely outstanding achievement. Along the path, there would definitely be healing springs to restore health for professionals, ensuring the safety of novices in the trial, which also further lowered the status of priests. But if someone was reckless and didn't clear out the wild wolves along the way, it would lead to them gathering in one place. If you go deep into the forest and enter the forbidden area, you will die inside the dungeon. With a mythical grade talent in hand, Lin Yi thought he couldn't be satisfied with an ordinary score. That legendary forbidden area, he decided to enter it. Right now, Lin Yi was in the deep area of the wolf forest. Everything was gloomy and hazy. The pack of wolves approached, ready to fight him. They are wild wolves, social creatures that roam and prefer to fight in groups. Their attacks have a bleeding effect and can cause continuous damage. They are all level 1. Instantly, Lin Yi activated Reverse Heaven and Earth and tested his healing spell on the first wolf. The healing spell was reversed, dealing 50 points of damage to the wild wolf. Defeated a monster without taking damage, received 10 experience points. The opening seemed quite good. He continued on to the next ones. Every one of their bites had an effect. The tearing attack was reversed, Lin Yi's HP recovered by 20. The bleeding effect was reversed, Lin Yi's HP recovered by 6. The young man continued to activate Reverse Heaven and Earth, combining the reversed purification spell, Curse Banning. He successfully created many chains that bound the wolf tightly. As expected, the Curse Banning spell is extremely effective against low-level monsters with little mana. Another wolf charged forward like crazy. He activated the healing spell again, dealing 50 points of damage to the wild wolf. Defeated a monster without taking damage, received 10 experience points. A small monster gives 10 experience points. I think at this rate, if I clear out all the small monsters, I can at least reach level 4. Lin Yi's target is the final hidden boss. A 1-level difference shouldn't be a problem. The system announced that the cooldown for the healing spell was over. Lin Yi retracted his power. To get to this day, he had prepared very carefully. After all, when the enemy is wiping out humanity, one's own level doesn't matter. Lin Yi exited the combat state and returned. His stats have reached their maximum values. The young man immediately deactivated the effects of Reverse Heaven and Earth and the purification spell. His level increased to level 2, and all his stats increased accordingly. After receiving 2 free attribute points, he decided to add them all to intelligence. Lin Yi's ability allows him to take no damage and continuously restore mana. Therefore, he adds all his points to intelligence. This way, after activating Reverse Heaven and Earth, he can maximize his damage and instantly eliminate enemies. Meanwhile, the principal was curiously monitoring Lin Yi's every move. An area forbidden for exploration during school instruction appeared on the map. Yet Lin Yi wanted to challenge the level 5 hidden boss, the Shadow Wolf King. This made the old principal even more suspicious. Impossible. If this kid isn't deliberately seeking death, then his hidden talent must be mythical grade, or even higher than mythical grade. It's a pity he chose not to reveal his talent. For now, I can only watch the other seeded candidates. I hope student Lin Yi can return alive. A person standing beside him, after watching, proposed a bet to the principal. Old man, since you're so worried, why not make a bet? I bet he can set a new record. But you said the seeded candidate was that girl. I feel she's lacking a bit of fire. Her ideas are rich, but her execution is a bit lacking. Su Mu's team was continuing to move. Upon encountering the wolves, she immediately activated the ice condensation spell, impressing everyone. But right after, something unexpected happened. The other wolves became enraged and charged forward frantically. At this point, if they don't run, they're goners. While running, the girl worried, panicking like this, what's left of my goddess image? In an instant, Su Mu stopped. You two, get behind me. She activated Tears of Mimicry, followed by the ice condensation spell. The monsters were wiped out just like that. The principal watched and was very impressed. But the masked person beside him saw it differently. She lacks combat awareness. Talent alone won't get her far. Meanwhile, after dealing with a few more monsters, Lin Yi had reached level 3. The current goal is to kill more monsters to reach level 4. A roar echoed out. The young man moved closer and confirmed it, it's here. The Shadow Wolf King in the Wolf Forest. It has a ferocious temperament and will chase down and destroy any creature it sees. The wolves in the entire forest are its subordinates and will follow its commands, tearing any enemy to shreds. The Shadow Wolf King is a hidden boss. In the textbooks, it's also a forbidden boss. The number of talented youths who were severely injured, or even crippled, while challenging it is high. It mercilessly tears apart future heroes. Since then, this part of the forest has been classified as a forbidden zone by the students. Lin Yi hid behind a tree to observe. The wild wolves still surrounded the Shadow Wolf King. In reality, they look like normal animals, occasionally leaving to find a convenient spot. After they finish their business, they don't necessarily return to the den immediately but will wander around. The frequency at which they leave is not low. There's a chance to eliminate them one by one. Lin Yi immediately appeared like a ghost. In an instant, he dealt 50 points of reverse damage to the wild wolf, finished it off, and received 10 experience points. These troublesome little monsters were now the best health packs for him. Now, he just needed to wait for his experience to increase, then he would fight one-on-one with the Shadow Wolf King. Like this, the Shadow Wolf King had fewer and fewer living subordinates, and his level would get higher and higher. Lin Yi continued to wield his weapon, wiping out all the wolves, and his level increased to level 4. After seeing all the surrounding wild wolves wiped out, the boss finally noticed and confronted Lin Yi. So you finally noticed? Then let's play a new game, Shadow Wolf King. The Shadow Wolf King was no ordinary foe. Its HP was 2000/2000, mana 1000/1000, attack 500, and defense 200. This terrifying amount of health and attack power was 50 times higher than that of a normal wild wolf. If it were a novice, they would be torn to pieces or worn down to exhaustion. However, Lin Yi was ready to welcome the attack. He spread his arms, ready to receive all of its attacks. Now, the more it attacked, the more comfortable Lin Yi felt. Thanks, my muscles and bones feel much more relaxed. The young man couldn't help but feel pleased with himself. As expected of a mythical grade talent, its attacks are just recovery items for me. The more it attacks, the easier it will be to handle. The Shadow Wolf King seemed to be getting tired after attacking for a while to no effect. The healing spell's cooldown was over. Now it was Lin Yi's turn to act. He attacked decisively, causing it to lose a significant amount of health. It wasn't that easy. The Shadow Wolf King suddenly activated its claw strike attack. It growled, entering a state of extreme rage. It seems to have figured it out, but unfortunately, it's too late. It continued by activating Frenzy. Originally, if it had its pack of wolves surrounding it, Lin Yi would have had a harder time. Unfortunately for it, it was now alone. The healing spell's cooldown finished, and the Shadow Wolf King's critical hit was immediately reflected back at it. You have successfully defeated the Shadow Wolf King and received 1000 experience points. Your level has increased to level 5. Completed the Wolf Forest Dungeon. Reward summary initiated. You received a low-grade bronze treasure chest. Because no damaging skills were used during the entire process of defeating the boss, the rating has increased to SSS grade. Lin Yi received an additional high-grade silver treasure chest. Originally, if the reversed healing spell had counted as a damaging skill, he wouldn't have been able to get such a high rating. After this achievement, a huge announcement board appeared, visible to all students. Announcement: a student has cleared the Wolf Forest Dungeon, completing all hidden achievements, with a rating of. Everyone was dying of curiosity to see who this expert was. Oh my god, didn't we just witness a historic moment? Quick, take a screenshot for proof. The principal couldn't help but be surprised. This is unprecedented, truly one of a kind. Achieving an SSS grade rating in this dungeon means completing all the hidden achievements. In my memory, only Lin Yi entered the forbidden zone. Even the masked person standing next to the principal was shocked. How is this possible? The SSS rank rating has a requirement to clear the stage without taking any damage. What kind of concept is clearing a stage alone without taking damage? At this moment, the achievements of all other students were overshadowed. Everyone rushed to find the identity of that HF person. Sumu covered her mouth, both impressed and worried. It was already incredibly dangerous just to get an A rank rating. I wonder what kind of godlike person managed to do that. I wonder how Lin Yi is doing right now. The young man, still unaware of what was happening outside, calmly and excitedly opened the treasure chest. Activated high-grade silver treasure chest. Obtained skill book, Divine Healing Technique. Obtained free attribute points x5. Obtained silver grade equipment, Shadow Dagger. The Shadow Dagger increases the wearer's attack attribute by 50 points, increases armor penetration by 10 points, and has a 5% chance to inflict a bleeding status on the enemy when attacking. Divine Healing Technique Level 1 is an active skill that uses Holy Aura to bless oneself within a 10 radius, restoring 100 HP. It also has a recovery effect that lasts for 10 seconds, restoring 10 HP per second. It costs 50 mana points and has a 20-second cooldown. Lin Yi still decided to learn it immediately. Although the cooldown seems a bit long and the mana consumption is quite high, these are just minor issues in the early stages. With such high burst damage, it's the strongest ultimate skill in the early game. Combined with the purification technique, compensating for the long cooldown weakness, it already surpasses even the strongest mage class. Lin Yi planned to sell the dagger to some rich kid to cover future expenses. He couldn't keep spending his aunt and uncle's money, they had already paid for so much for him. Current free attribute points, 5. These 5 free attribute points were his biggest gain today. Free attribute points are very rare. Besides the 2 points from leveling up, the only way to get them is by challenging special dungeon quests or opening hidden treasure chests. If the first clear rating isn't S rank or higher, you won't get attribute rewards, but an SSS rank achievement rewards a full 5 extra attribute points. The young man decided to add all his free attribute points to intelligence. From now on, I, Lin Yi, will push the limits of the magic system and become the most violent calamity priest. In the moment they welcomed the hero who performed the miracle, everyone was excited and thought it must be the team of an HF level expert. But when only Lin Yi walked out alone, everyone was even more stunned. Sumu had a firm belief that Lin Yi was the one who created this miracle. The purple-haired guy kept mocking him, relying on this piece of trash. Sumu, you're overpraising this guy. If I'm not mistaken, he went in alone, right? He probably couldn't do anything and had to run out. Those guys just stood there laughing. Lin Yi remained calm amidst the chaos. Are there any students who chose the assassin class? I got a weapon of pretty good quality. Does anyone want it? Those guys who were laughing suddenly fell silent after seeing the silver grade equipment. Other students started clamoring to buy it and began bidding. One bold young man even offered 50,000. After thinking, this price was worthy of this top-tier weapon. Lin Yi continued the auction, 50,000 going once, 50,000 going twice. A more extravagant girl raised the price to 100,000 alliance coins. After that, everyone was speechless. An ordinary family's income is only 10,000 alliance coins. Daring to spend 100,000 alliance coins would require a family to save for 10 straight years. This was truly an astronomical price. Lin Yi had no reason not to make the deal. Afterwards, other students crowded around and asked curiously, Lin Yi, what level are you now? Level 5. Everyone realized that Lin Yi was the one who got the SSS rank rating. The principal and the people with him still couldn't believe it. Impossible. No one could have done that. He must have found a team when he entered the dungeon. A rookie student clearing a dungeon alone and getting an HF rating, does that sound like a story that could possibly be real? Its requirement is to clear the monsters alone without taking any damage. Currently, none of the professionals at the top of the pyramid could achieve such a feat during their rookie stage. The purple-haired guy stood there, resentful and unconvinced. I think he just got lucky. He probably used some dirty tricks. How far can a priest get anyway? The principal announced that the test was over. From this day forward, they would no longer be ordinary students, but in turn professionals with extraordinary powers. In 30 days, you will face the most important moment of your lives, the professional qualification exam. Whether you become an ordinary person again or a hero of humanity fighting against dimensional demons will all be decided by your performance in the exam 30 days from now. Within 1 month, you must use the low-level Mystic Realm dungeons arranged by the school to reach level 10 or higher. Lin Yi thought for a moment. The professional exam was a mandatory requirement that had to be completed as a team. One of the important criteria for the evaluation score is the team's synergy. But I've already decided on my partner. The young man turned to look at Sumu and sighed, this little girl always pretends to be cold and aloof, but she's actually the one I worry about the most. She's clumsy and sincere, easily deceived, and can't help but reveal her true nature. Even though she has awakened a very powerful talent, I must still protect her from harm. After all, this was my promise to her aunt and uncle. I won't let the tragedy of that day happen again. After making up his mind, the young man turned and asked Sumu to go clear a dungeon instead of going home for dinner. The place they chose was the Stone Cave Grotto Mystic Realm, for levels 3 to 6, with selectable difficulty. Entering this place requires a team of about 5 to 10 people. Inside, countless poisonous scorpions live in the caves, so you have to be careful. Although their attacks aren't fatal, the poison in their tails is very troublesome. There are 2 difficulty levels for the dungeon. On normal difficulty, you have to go all out to defeat the poisonous Scorpion King. On hard difficulty, you have to use all your strength to defeat the poisonous Scorpion King and be careful not to get poisoned. If the poisonous Scorpion King is not defeated within a certain amount of time, it will enter a berserk state. When challenging a dungeon, you can choose the difficulty. The dungeon's difficulty will increase with its level. The higher the difficulty, the tougher the monster attributes and clearing requirements will be, requiring more people, and the rewards will naturally be more generous. Rookie dungeons usually only have 3 difficulty levels: normal, hard, and nightmare. In the early stages, this Stone Cave Grotto dungeon only has 2 levels, normal and hard. Lin Yi had made his decision, but Sumu felt a bit scared and hesitant. Even though it's a rookie dungeon, you plan for just the 2 of us to challenge it on hard difficulty, and you even want to get an SSSS rating? Lin Yi still insisted that she should trust him. However, the problem was that Sumu didn't have confidence in herself. It's not that I don't trust you, it's just that I think it'll be hard for me to not take any damage. It'll just end up holding you back. Lin Yi casually revealed, this dungeon has a way to cheat. A cheat? You mean, we just ignore the monsters and clear the stage? Yes, the monsters and terrain in this dungeon are fixed. I found some materials left behind by a senior player, compiled them, and reconstructed the dungeon's layout. According to my calculations, avoiding the monsters is possible. Sumu was surprised, thinking to herself, that's really impressive. It's as if the entire scene has been recreated in his mind. Actually, I've always known that Lin Yi has been hiding his true strength. From an early age, he has studied all kinds of dungeons and monsters, utilizing various data. He gets a perfect score on every theory test. Everyone thinks he's just a bully who picks on idiots, but I've always believed he will definitely become a hero who saves the earth. The 2 of them set off into the Stone Grotto dungeon. There's a lot of ice inside, and it's really beautiful. But things aren't as they seem, Lin Yi reminded her. Compared to the last dungeon, this one is much more dangerous. Suddenly, the system announced, player party is insufficient. Forcibly matching with another player team. This was unexpected. I didn't think the dungeon could force match you with other players. Lin Yi thought to himself, this means we not only have to face monsters, but we also have to compete. Pay attention, Su Mu. Just as the teams were summoned, a loud explosion occurred. The purple-haired guy was attacked, spitting blood. I can't believe a single small monster could wipe out our entire team. The dungeon's danger level is much higher than imagined. Ahead are many level 3 poisonous scorpions. Skills: Virulent Poison, Devour, Harden. They are scorpion monsters with poisonous tails that will paralyze anyone they sting, making it difficult to move. If poisoned multiple times, your heart will become paralyzed. Just as he saw Lin Yi approaching, he shouted, "Hey, Lin Yi! Hurry up and help us fight the monsters. Have you forgotten the Academy's support regulations?" Lin Yi, with a mind-your-own-business attitude, replied indifferently, "Fend for yourselves." Then he took Su Mu's hand and left. Those guys could only curse in frustration. He repeatedly reminded Su Mu, "Remember this, the scorpions here are extremely afraid of water. They are all melee monsters, with no ranged attack methods whatsoever. Just follow me, listen to my commands, and I guarantee you won't get poisoned. Oh right, one more thing, they are also extremely sensitive to sound." In front of them was a gigantic scorpion. As soon as it saw the intruders, it began to struggle violently. Lin Yi activated the plunder spell, which nearly depleted its health in one shot. Su Mu could only stand there stunned, her jaw dropped. "Is this your talent? So, isn't getting an SSS rank rating a piece of cake? For now, let's put that aside. The key is to take a special route, avoiding the monster's eyes and ears to reach the dungeon's safe zone. The weak point is that on the map where these water-fearing monsters live, there's a pool of water. This stream is not harmful to the human body, the water is potable." The young man immediately jumped down. He told Su Mu to jump with him. The girl stared down for a moment and then followed suit. After swimming across the stream and getting ashore, Lin Yi picked up a small rock and slammed it on the ground. Everyone in the dungeon didn't understand what was happening as the scorpions, big and small, all headed in one direction towards Lin Yi. The leader was the poisonous Scorpion King, level 6. It was a hidden creature of enormous size, its colorful pattern symbolizing its terrifying poison. If they were hit by its venom, it would be game over. Lin Yi was full of anticipation, baiting it to come closer. It seems they were so afraid of the water that they didn't dare to move. Lin Yi said smugly, "If you don't dare to come up, then it's our turn to attack." Activated Calamity Descent, eliminated the poisonous scorpion, and received 2,000 experience points. The purple-haired guy and his teammates were terrified after witnessing this. A priest. How can he deal such powerful magic damage? The poisonous scorpion we fought took our entire team's full effort to defeat, but now it's like a lamb waiting to be slaughtered in his hands. What kind of monster have we run into? Even if we don't want to believe it, we have to. The person who set the SSS rank record. That's Lin Yi. Su Mu stood there providing support, activating the replicating tears talent, followed by the ice condensation spell. The relentless attacks were effective. System notification, eliminated poisonous scorpion, received 500 experience points. All the poisonous scorpions have been eliminated. Student Su Mu has leveled up to level 4, receiving 1 free attribute point. The girl herself didn't expect to level up so quickly. But it wasn't over yet. Next, the two of them had to face the poisonous Scorpion King. As expected, it was capable enough to resist the water. Su Mu activated the ice condensation spell, dealing 10 points of damage to the poisonous Scorpion King. She continued to attack like this, but each attack only dealt 10 points of damage. Is the poisonous Scorpion King's defense really that strong? What do we do now? If we make even one mistake, I'm afraid we'll be wiped out. Lin Yi tried to reassure her, don't worry, its weak spot is in the center of its abdomen during its second HP phase. We can definitely do this. As soon as he finished speaking, he charged forward. Sumu now needed to continue creating new footholds. Activating the plunder spell, Lin Yi successfully dealt 150 points of damage to the poisonous Scorpion King. The amount of health lost was too little, it's really tough. The Scorpion King's eyes turned red as it entered a berserk state. Lin Yi realized this was the moment and asked Sumu to activate the ice condensation spell. Only when using this move does the poisonous Scorpion King lift its body, revealing the weak spot on its abdomen. He seized this opportunity, reactivated the plunder spell, critically hit the weak spot, and dealt 1,000 points of damage to the poisonous Scorpion King. Sumu was still in shock at how formidable he was. System notification, eliminated the poisonous Scorpion King, received 3,000 experience points. Completed the Stone Cave Grotto Dungeon. Commencing reward summary. Completed all hidden objectives, eliminated the Secret Realm's Overlord, the poisonous Scorpion King, eliminated all poisonous scorpions without being poisoned. SSS rank rating, received 1 gold treasure chest, free attribute points increased by 5. Just like that, Lin Yi successfully leveled up to level 6. After watching everything, those guys were completely won over, their disdain turning into submission. The purple-haired guy and the other two knelt down, sobbing. Master Lin Yi, please, God Yi, take me with you. I'm willing to serve you anywhere. You're not a petty person, are you? While no one's around, I'm Lord Yes Dog. Lin Yi warned them, you all must keep your mouths shut about what happened today. Don't tell anyone. Otherwise, you'll be responsible for the consequences. In the teleportation space, Lin Yi decided to open the rewards here so no one would see. Upon opening the treasure chest, he received the mature skill Poison Float, which requires the mage class. Received gold grade equipment, Swift Wind Boots. Silver grade equipment, Hunter's Great Sword. Silver grade equipment, Jade Ring. Received 5 free attribute points. Sumu now understood why Lin Yi's stats were so high. The level 1 Swift Wind Boots increase agility by 10 points, movement speed by 30%, and have the passive effect Ghost Step. Ghost Step increases evasion efficiency. The level 1 Jade Ring reduces the cooldown time for all skills by 10% and cannot be stacked with the cooldown effects of other equipment. Sumu was still in shock. My god, the loot from a gold treasure chest is this abundant? These 2 gold grade items are top tier right now, but the best treasure is the silver grade ring. Although this jade ring is silver grade, it can reduce skill cooldowns. It's truly on par with free attribute points. If put up for auction, it could even fetch 1,000,000 alliance coins. The Poison Float skill book was for mages, so he gave it to Sumu. After taking the book, Sumu was a bit hesitant. A gold-grade poison attribute skill book, but I'm already an ice element user. After choosing a skill attribute, a mage can only learn ice element skills and is not compatible with skills of other attributes. As soon as she finished speaking, the girl's entire body changed and was engulfed in flames. Activated Hidden Talent, 5 Elements Master. Talent Progress, 25%. Sumu still didn't understand what was happening to her body. 5 Elements Master Talent. What is this? I've never heard of acquiring a new skill activating a hidden talent. Lin Yi smiled. Interesting. It seems you'll need more skill books. If you collect enough skills of different attributes as soon as possible, you will surely receive a surprising reward. I think this is your advantage over other mages. It will be your trump card. After hearing this, Sumu became very excited. It was time to leave. Sumu was curious about how Lin Yi allocated his 5 free attribute points, but he said it was his own path and wouldn't be suitable for her. As soon as they went out, some people started whispering, "My God, someone actually cleared the outdoor dungeon. That's terrifying, I'm so scared of those scorpions." As soon as they saw Sumu, their eyes lit up with heart shapes. But immediately after, their attention shifted to Lin Yi. "Everyone, do you see the person standing next to the goddess? That Lin Yi usually looks plain, but recent news says he's the one who got that unique SSS rank rating all by himself." "Really? No way. Why not? He sold that dagger for 100,000 alliance coins. Didn't you know?" Out of nowhere, a yellow supercar sped towards them. "Old Zhao, I saw the girl you were talking about from a distance. She's truly a masterpiece. She's even more captivating than this outdoor dungeon." As soon as she saw them, Sumu became flustered. She found that guy very annoying. In her mind, he was a guy who used his family's wealth to plunder and hire talented people to clear all sorts of dungeons. His daily hobby is toying with female students from poor families. It's truly disgusting. Seeing Sumu run away in a panic, he approached her, acting suave. "Hey classmate, wait a moment. Hey beautiful, can I have a chance to get to know you? My name is Huang Xiaofeng. He is the sole heir to the Huang Corporation." The moment they saw Huang Xiaofeng, the young men infatuated with Sumu felt inferior. He felt incredibly imposing and majestic. As expected, wherever this young master goes, I am the center of attention. Sumu had to use Lin Yi as a shield. "I don't want to get to know you, I already have a boyfriend." His gaze darkened as he looked at Lin Yi, while the young man stood there frozen and awkward. Huang Xiaofeng was annoyed seeing Lin Yi dressed in cheap clothes, like a pearl cast before swine. Just as Huang Xiaofeng was about to make a move, he was countered by Lin Yi's skill. He thought Lin Yi had just hit him, so he became even more aggressive. Just like that, this guy activated his Vanguard Warrior skill and launched a palm strike at Lin Yi. The reversed mana plunder made his attack backfire. However much damage he dealt to Lin Yi, he himself would suffer. Huang Xiaofeng collapsed, cursing Lin Yi for using dirty tricks. Looking at him acting like a dazed puppy, Lin Yi replied with an innocent look. "I didn't make a move, everyone saw it. Besides, my class is priest." At the same time, everyone was in an uproar, not understanding what was happening to young Master Huang. Although Sumu realized this was Lin Yi's talent, she still defended him fiercely. "He is indeed a priest, he doesn't have any damage-dealing skills." Young Master Huang was so furious that he jumped up and rushed towards Lin Yi, only to fall and get battered in pain once again. Lin Yi remained nonchalant, standing still with his hands in his pockets. "I was just testing the reversed effect of a healing spell on a professional. It seems that besides damage, mana plunder can also bring negative effects to a professional. That guy is a bit weak, huh? I haven't even used half my strength." He screamed, "If you have the guts, let me go. Do you dare fight me using professional skills? If you regret it now, kneel and apologize to your daddy. It's not too late." The red-haired young man with glasses behind him shouted to stop him, reasoning that professionals can't use their awakened skills to fight, but he was actually still very curious. A priest could instantly injure Huang Xiaofeng, someone with tough defenses and a full set of top-tier equipment. What's with that kid? Lin Yi decided to sell the guide to clearing the Stone Cave Grotto dungeon for 5,000 alliance coins on the professional forum. He figured no one would be foolish enough to refuse if they could gain free attribute points. The terrain of the Stone Cave Grotto is excellent, but the SSS rank condition restricts team-ups, so basically, not just anyone can do it. Some young men who were struggling in the cave saw this and became curious, deciding to buy it once to try. Just like that, Lin Yi continuously received 5,000 alliance coins, and then another 5,000 alliance coins. 3 minutes later, someone successfully got an SSS rank and cleared the dungeon. Immediately, this information spread on the forum. I tested it and it works. What a pro. It took me 2 minutes, but it was my first time. If I paid attention to the time, I could do it faster. Thanks to this, everyone rushed to spend money for free attribute points, and Lin Yi became richer by the day. Thanks to this, many people cleared the SSS dungeon. They were determined to find the poster, even wanting to become his disciple. Everyone, come see this post. Follow this master and you'll get free attribute points. Su Mu, just sitting at home confirming orders, was wide-eyed. Scary. Another 100 orders. Just like that, it's 500,000 alliance coins. System announcement, shocking. The Stone Cave Grotto dungeon was cleared in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Another group was also trying to find and investigate the poster. Ironically, before posting, the poster had used a hack to hide their identity. But they could roughly trace the IP to the Jiangqing Vocational Academy. They also heard that something interesting was happening at the academy this year. Meanwhile, Lin Yi was still rolling in money. A certain big shot was very interested in his great sword and quickly placed an order. The young man refused to lower the price by even a single cent, arranging to meet the big shot in front of the school's dungeon entrance. Su Mu was more excited than ever. Lin Yi, you're rich. Including the great sword, you've earned nearly 700,000. However, it wasn't surprising as it was all part of his plan. The price is reasonable, the content is valuable, and people are helping me advertise it. However, we need more dungeons. A silver-grade graduation weapon is very good equipment in the early stages, but it will be replaced sooner or later. Even with top-tier equipment, a lack of combat awareness will only harm others during trials. Lin Yi, the time before the exam is so precious, and you've always wanted to become stronger, so why waste time making guides to earn money? Lin Yi paused for a moment then smiled. He actually wanted to use this money to protect the person he cherished most. After all, they had always protected him in recent years. In his previous life, Lin Yi was an orphan who never knew the warmth of a family, even spending 18 hours a day buried in games. Coming to this world was his good fortune, because he had parents who protected him with their lives. 10 years ago, when the demonic tide ended, his disgusting relatives saw him as a tasty morsel and wished he would die in that tide just like his parents. Only then could they take the assets his parents left behind. But at that time, his uncle and aunt stood up, took him home, and treated him like their own son. To make him trust them slowly, they helped him reclaim his parents' inheritance, prevented him from having any thoughts of revenge, and cared for him wholeheartedly. Those so-called relatives were also taken to court and received their deserved punishment. Without them, he couldn't have attended school with a peaceful mind. Lin Yi didn't know how much injustice he would have suffered. So, to put it bluntly, his desire to get rich and earn money now is to repay them. He wants to become strong, to use his own power to protect the 3 most important people in his life, determined not to repeat the mistakes of the past. While waiting at the school gate, a petite girl came up to talk to him. This little girl's name is Baiji. Excuse me, sir. Are you the big shot selling the hunter's great sword? Lin Yi was full of questions. Are you a student at this school? Could it be that muscular big bro? I don't accept brokered deals. Baiji quickly explained, no, it's not like that. I'm the buyer. Sorry, my phone battery died just now. Big shot, I'm really the buyer. The young man had thought he was messaging some muscular big bro. How could this body wield a great sword? Could this child be born with monstrous strength? And put all her points into strength? The young man no longer had any doubts. Alright, confirm the item now. Here are the stats of the hunter's great sword. Look carefully. No refunds after the sale. After receiving the great sword and testing it, Baiji confirmed, this power is definitely the real deal, no doubt about it. Big shot, is this sword really only 80,000? It's a silver grade graduation item, considered one of the best swords for our year right now. I've checked the market price. The hunter's greatsword should be over 200,000. Lin Yi was helpless. Didn't your teachers teach you about normal market prices? Hee, I've been bad at math since I was little, and I don't really have a concept of money. It seems this girl might be a rich kid, but the young man didn't forget to remind her, next time you buy something, remember to ask the price carefully so you don't get scammed. After completing the payment transfer, Baiji still couldn't believe she had just bought such a cheap sword. After receiving 80,000 coins, Lin Yi's balance exceeded 1 million. He had become a gold card user and could enjoy its benefits. Before he could turn and leave, Baiji did something special. Suddenly, Lin Yi received a notification: you have been affected by an unknown power and received a special buff, attention of the goddess of luck. The young man still didn't understand what was happening and was quite surprised. Is this your talent? Yes. This is my talent, and it can be upgraded. So, can I join your team, big boss? Looking at this girl, Lin Yi assessed her. Having an awakened talent that buffs luck is sometimes even rarer than a legendary talent. She doesn't seem to be lying. It really seems to be a talent that can increase luck. In terms of strategic significance, it's practically unbeatable. The effect of this talent isn't limited by the quality of the dungeon rewards. Even someone with a poor talent, under this buff, could obtain a mythical grade item. Baiji had never even revealed this talent to anyone. Although it's amazing, it still has limitations. This talent can only be used 3 times a week at most, and each time only on one person. Lin Yi seriously reminded her, don't let others know, or you won't be able to avoid being taken advantage of. After all, people's hearts are treacherous. Baiji believed him completely. Is it that scary? Yes, sir. Thankfully, I haven't told anyone. Lin Yi continued to act serious, saying that Baiji's buff was an extremely rare resource. Once the news leaks, it will cause outrage among professionals. To benefit from your ability, they might even imprison you, robbing you of your freedom and future. Baiji naively asked back, but isn't the Professional Alliance the place we'll all end up? The Professional Alliance is a large-scale, benign organization that leads humanity in the fight against demons and spans the entire world. But within it, there are many factions, complicated relationships, fierce struggles, and assassinations happen constantly. The young man bluntly invited Baiji to join his team, promising to take care of her completely. The girl then became very excited. Lin Yi had successfully tricked a lowly into his team. Baiji had always lacked confidence because others didn't believe she could be the best, so they didn't want to team up with her. Lin Yi still couldn't believe it at this point. She was so small yet wielded a great sword. A moment later, Lin Yi brought Baiji to meet Su Mu. Su Mu was very surprised upon seeing her. This is the muscle-bound big brother. Is this the new teammate you found? After realizing the girl in front of her was Su Mu, the goddess adored by thousands, Baiji was overjoyed. But in a sudden moment, Su Mu became suspicious and glared at Lin Yi. She's so cute, didn't you, Lin Yi, get any bad ideas seeing her? To dispel this suspicious atmosphere, the young man decided to invite everyone to dinner and then head to the next dungeon. The two girls were very surprised as they hadn't prepared anything. Huh? Which dungeon? The next planned destination is the Nightmare Difficulty Goblin Dungeon. Lin Yi had his own plan, as all 3 of them could obtain free attribute points. He would go first, enter the dungeon alone, and then create a good strategy guide for everyone. Nightmare is the highest difficulty among the novice wilderness dungeons. The rewards are also the richest. The drop treasure chests are guaranteed to be gold grade or higher. At the same time, the attributes of the monsters inside are also greatly enhanced. Even if a full party enters, careless novice professionals can easily die in the dungeon. You could say it's a difficulty for those who want money but not their lives. After hearing this, Sumu immediately objected to Lin Ye's decision. No way. Are you trying to get yourself killed? Even if you are very strong, you can't risk challenging a nightmare difficulty dungeon alone right now. The young man calmly said, "It's fine, don't you trust my ability?" "Of course I trust you, but still, no. Even a few high-level professionals have had accidents in the nightmare difficulty goblin dungeon. Although it's a dungeon for level 10 and below, many professionals above level 10 have been seriously injured there. It's been a long time since any newcomer dared to challenge it." Seeing the two arguing, Baiji cautiously tried to leave first. "God Lin Yi. I suddenly remembered I have something to do. I'll leave first, you two can take your time talking." "Hey, calm down. Don't be so hasty. I know you're worried about me, just like with the previous dungeon. Let's go home and eat first, moo moo." The girl relented for now. "Alright then, otherwise I'll tell mom and dad." Lin Yi himself didn't expect Sumu to react so strongly. "For now, I can only trick her first, then I'll take the chance to clear it alone tonight." However, Sumu understood Lin Yi better than anyone. This young man would never easily listen to anyone. Online, they were buzzing with news about the emergence of a new strongest person. Among the newcomers taking the test this year, it's not a rumor, a genius really did solo a dungeon. A sumptuous meal was waiting. "You two have worked hard these past 2 days, eat some more. Take care of your health." The man asked Lin Yi, "How do you feel about the trial? Did it go well?" "Everything went smoothly. Ever since I was a child, I've had this desire to become stronger. We all know that once you've made a decision, not even 10 horses can pull you back. However, don't overdo anything. After all, anything taken to an extreme can easily break." Seeing his uncle suddenly become so worried and preachy, the young man smiled brightly and asked back, "Uncle, did someone tattle on me?" Sumu, seeing this, chimed in, "That's right, it's the person sitting right in front of you." "Dad, why did you say it so bluntly?" Sumu's mother said kindly, "Your aunt and I won't interfere with what you want to do. It's just that sometimes we hope you can be like Sumu and have a healthy and stable life, that's enough." Lin Yi took the opportunity to tease her a bit, "Yes, ma'am. I'll learn from Sumu and become a quiet salted fish. That's enough. In short, auntie and uncle, please don't worry. I won't do things that are beyond my capabilities." As soon as he finished speaking, Sumu's father took out an ATM card and gave it to Lin Yi. "Remember that this family will always be your support." The young man immediately refused, saying he had already earned enough money. Seeing this, Sumu's mother got very angry. "You'll have many expenses during the exam period. If you don't accept it, I'll be angry." He took the ATM card and felt happier than ever. He silently messaged his parents in his heart, "Mom, Dad, do you see this? I'm lucky to have them with me, my new family. I'm living very well now. I want to cherish this hard-earned life even more. For them, I must become stronger than ever." After everything that happened, it only made the young man more determined to enter the nightmare difficulty dungeon. At Huang Xiaofeng's house, he had become battered and sore after his encounter with Lin Yi. He continuously cursed the person with him, "Damn you to hell, Zhao Kaihuang. You dare stab me in the back." Zhao Kaihuang explained, "I was saving you back there, I even paid a sum of money for you. Without me, you'd probably be lying in a hospital right now." Xiaofeng was still fuming, blaming others, "Did I need you to save me? You're just a piece of trash. If I had worn all my equipment, there's no way he could have touched me." With his bullying nature like this, Zhao Kaihuang didn't want to listen anymore and turned to leave first. Xiaofeng continued his frenzy, throwing a glass of water at Kaihuang and blaming him further, "It's because of a coward like you that I lost so much face. What kind of brother are you? Get lost. Having had enough, Kai Huang turned back, his voice serious and harsh. Stop. Do you really think that just because you're the young master of the Huang Corporation, you can do whatever you want? Mr. Huang asked me to take care of your requests. I shouldn't have agreed. You were beaten so badly you pissed your pants, to the point where your own mother wouldn't recognize you. Oh, but I almost forgot, you don't have a mother, Xiaofeng. After retorting at Xiaofeng, Kai Huang left in disgust. Huang Xiaofeng, you have no idea who you've provoked this time. A newcomer who suddenly appeared and could seriously injure you without using any active skills. There are even rumors that he can solo dungeons. Although no one has confirmed it, a mysterious figure has recently risen quickly, attracting the attention of many factions by selling dungeon guides and the gold-grade items that dropped, leading students to form their own fan clubs. In history, what are the odds of two such high-caliber rookies appearing from River City at the same time? You'll find out soon enough. Huang Xiaofeng stayed behind, still losing his cool. He frantically made a call on his phone, gather some men and take care of someone for me. Get all your guys. Give them equipment and weapons. If it's not enough, ask me. I'm not short on money. Remember, don't worry. If anything happens, I'll handle it. We just need to teach this brat who doesn't know his place a lesson. We have to make him understand who's really in charge at Jiangqing Academy. Meanwhile, Lin Yi was at the first floor of the Goblin Dungeon, the Misty Forest. This underground goblin city is level 5 to 8, nightmare difficulty. The dungeon maze is home to countless goblins and consists of 5 floors. The number and strength of the goblins increase with each floor. If you can't clear the final floor, you have to get out as quickly as possible. And if you don't clear the final floor, you won't receive any items at all. Lin Yi was fully aware that the Goblin Dungeon was one of the hardest dungeons at this stage. The clear time is quite long, the requirements are absurd, and even professionals with strong talents don't dare to come here to farm monsters for equipment and free attribute points. But you can get gold-grade chests or better here. Plus, with the luck buff, getting a platinum-grade chest and about 10 to 15 free attribute points wouldn't be a problem. The gigantic level 5 goblin soldiers finally appeared before him. Lin Yi's eyes sharpened. It was time to begin. After 5 seconds, a large number of monsters will start gathering at the entrance. This time, the main goal is to test the optimized monster gathering and speed-killing method. To get an SSS rating in the Goblin Dungeon, besides defeating the hidden boss, you must kill all monsters without using special items. The 2 most important conditions are not exceeding 10 minutes per floor, and clearing the dark 5th floor by bravely fighting the ferocious goblins and defeating the hidden boss, the Goblin King. Next is 30 seconds to speed kill the goblin soldiers. Lin Yi's movement speed was so fast they couldn't get a clear shot to attack. Next is 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go deep into the first basement level and face the Goblin Captain. The total time will be 3 minutes and 59 seconds, not much different from Lin Yi's initial prediction. The moment he stopped, he activated Healing Spell, followed by Calamity's Descent. With 3 minutes and 59 seconds up, he had to clear the first floor quickly. System notification, Divine Healing Spell increased to level 2. Lin Yi, Priest Profession, level 6. He was able to clear the first floor quickly within 5 minutes. It seems this method of pulling monsters on the first floor isn't a problem. Even if my damage output isn't high enough, I still have 5 minutes to spare. Just like that, all the monsters on the second floor of the Goblin Dungeon were eliminated. The third and fourth floors were cleared as well. Now, Lin Yi was on the 5th floor. He then used a teleportation spell to instantly arrive at the Goblin Palace. As soon as it saw Lin Yi, the Goblin King became enraged. Human, you dare trespass into my territory. The level 8 Goblin King has the skills Earthshaker, Dragon Spear, Pounce, Berserk, and Summon Legion. Lin Yi found it suspicious. He found it strange that he immediately encountered the hidden boss upon entering, and there were no smaller monsters around. The Goblin King stood up, raised its weapon, and activated Earthshaker, causing the ground to crack open. The Lord of the Goblin Dungeon possesses extraordinary strength and terrifying attack power. Its movement speed is a bit slow, but it's compensated by its solid muscles. With its sturdy golden armor and a golden spear with a wide attack range, it doesn't need to worry about its weakness. Lin Yi was quite surprised that it opened with the AoE skill, Earthshaker. As it charged, he determined its speed wasn't fast enough, dodged to the side to avoid its landing spot, then dropped to the ground to reduce the damage from the shockwave it created upon landing. The young man activated his skill, reversing the damage from Earthshaker and instantly recovering 1521 HP. He continued to reverse the shockwave damage from Earthshaker, recovering another 479 HP. The Goblin King became furious. It lost its composure but still didn't understand what was happening. It was the one attacking, yet it lost 200 health. Lin Yi continuously activated reversed healing spell and plunder spell. Unable to take it anymore, the Goblin King activated its strongest attack mode and roared. Lin Yi stood still with his arms outstretched, welcoming the attack's power into his body. The Goblin King used the Dragon Spear skill. Skill effect reversed, your HP is restored by 200 points. Your attack power is temporarily increased by 40 points. The Goblin King used the Pounce skill. Skill effect reversed, your HP is restored by 140 points, and the knock-up status is dispelled. By now, it realized its skills were completely ineffective against Lin Yi. The Goblin King entered a berserk state. I've figured out your weakness. My subjects, hear my command. Appear and destroy my enemy. Lin Yi was a little startled. As expected of a nightmare difficulty hidden boss, it's truly hard to deal with. However, it wasn't time to use his ultimate move yet. Lin Yi covered his mouth with his hand. The Goblin King roared continuously, attack this ant directly. Don't use any skills. Just make it suffer a painful death. Since skills are ineffective against you, can you withstand hundreds of normal attacks? They all activated the skill from their boots of swiftness, Ghost Step. Lin Yi ran quickly, dodging every single one. The goblins with bows drew their strings and fired arrows in unison. Lin Yi had already calculated the situation. He activated Divine Healing spell, and his HP continuously rose, all his wounds healing rapidly. The Goblin King was stunned. How can this be? Can't you even kill him? Damn it, you human beast. Lin Yi's gaze suddenly sharpened, and he looked it straight in the eye. The Goblin King was confused. What's with that look in your eyes? At that very moment, he decided to activate Reversed Healing spell and Plunder spell. The Goblin King's HP was being depleted, minus 200. Lin Yi activated the skill from his Boots of Swiftness, Ghost Step, once again. Lin Yi just kept running around, letting it stand there fuming and cursing loudly, running away with your tail between your legs again. You cunning human with no fighting spirit. Hurry up and stop. Fight me in a fair and square duel. Lin Yi wanted to anger it even more, but on second thought, it was better to face it head-on. The Goblin King was shocked to see Lin Yi use the reverse Divine Healing spell, Calamity's Descent, to attack them. Impossible. This is the power of my demon god. How can it appear on the lowly body of a human like you? Lin Yi stood on his magnificent weapon and declared, I will end this battle. A loud roar was followed by immediate silence. Lin Yi successfully eliminated the entire Goblin Legion, receiving 1,000 experience points. Reminder, the Goblin King's HP has dropped sharply to only 1%, entering a near-death state. All attributes have been greatly reduced, and its desire to attack has also significantly decreased. The Goblin King wailed, I'm finished. I'm really finished. Once again, Lin Yi activated reversed healing spell and plunder spell to finish it off and send it to its ancestors. System notification: you have defeated the Goblin King and received 5,000 experience points. Your level has increased to 7. You have completed the Nightmare Difficulty Goblin Dungeon and have fulfilled all hidden conditions. Your rating is SSS. You received a special effect from the attention of the Goddess of Luck. The dungeon clear chest will be upgraded from a gold chest to a platinum chest. Lin Yi was very satisfied. It was truly a leap in power. Baiji's blessing skill was indeed very strong, directly upgrading a gold chest to platinum. There was still a lot of time left, a whole 20 hours, enough for Lin Yi to clear the dungeon one more time. After opening the chest, the young man received the platinum grade skill Holy Light, a flame flask item, and 15 free attribute points. In addition, he got the platinum grade equipment Glimmer Stone, the platinum grade skill Miraculous Stars, and the gold grade equipment Sandstorm Bow. The Holy Light skill book consumes a certain amount of mana to deal magic damage with a special holy effect, which is effective against undead and demon-type creatures. When thrown at an enemy, the flame flask deals 300 points of damage. Glimmerstone increases all attributes by 20 points. It has an active skill called Glimmer, which recharges one charge every 5 minutes, up to a maximum of 3 charges. After use, it consumes one charge to instantly teleport in a designated direction within 10 meters. The skill Miraculous Stars consumes a certain amount of mana to summon brilliant stars in a 20 radius around all teammates, instantly restoring 300 HP and applying a damage immunity effect for 5 seconds, reducing incoming damage by 10%. The Sandstorm Bow, when firing an arrow, has a chance to summon a sandstorm, dealing elemental magic damage to enemies. It is a specialized weapon for the archer class. Thus, Lin Yi had obtained a total of 2 platinum-grade skill sets and 1 platinum-grade piece of equipment. Holy Light also has properties that counter certain special types, but we won't get into that for now. Glimmer Stone has a rare teleportation skill along with added attribute points. Furthermore, Miraculous Stars not only has a wide area healing effect but can also grant the entire team a damage immunity effect. So, after using the reverse heaven and earth talent, it will become a wider area of effect damage skill. The instantaneous burst damage will be stronger, and it can even turn the damage immunity effect into a damage amplification debuff on the enemy. No matter how thick-skinned the monster is, it can be quickly eliminated. A new strategic level crowd control skill has appeared. Lin Yi decided to learn the Miraculous Stars skill first. As for Holy Light, it didn't seem very impressive. The young man decided that if he couldn't sell it, he could learn it later since it wasn't a very complex skill anyway. He decided to use the 15 free attribute points he had just received to increase his intelligence. The system announced, "You have learned the skill Miraculous Stars. With the Sparkling Stone equipped, all attribute points are increased by 20. This update would once again be a quantum leap in quality. Lin Yi's attribute panel skyrocketed. Just then, a familiar voice called out from behind, "Caught you red-handed." The young man feigned innocence, flashing a confident smile and asking back, "What a coincidence, are you also here for the dungeon?" Su Mu was beautiful, not stupid. She knew perfectly well that the young man was changing the subject and playing dumb. However, the girl still remembered to ask, "So, the Nightmare Difficulty Goblin Dungeon. You've already cleared it?" "That's right, milady." "Okay. I just had the idea myself and wanted to try this dungeon too." "So that's how it is." "This way, your highness." As the two of them were standing in front of the dungeon entrance, a car pulled up. Huang Xiaofeng had searched everywhere to find Lin Yi, and he finally caught him. "See that? That's the bastard who looks like he's begging for a beating from head to toe. Take care of him for me." The moment he saw Lin Yi, the driver's face turned pale. Seeing his fearful reaction, Huang Xiaofeng yelled, "Hey, hello. I'm talking to you." The guy held his head in panic. "No way, that person is too terrifying. I I can't do it. Xiaofeng stood up, looking angry. I knew it, you useless students are good for nothing. Luckily, I came prepared. As soon as he got home, Lin Yi sat down at his computer again, uploading a series of items he had collected in the dungeon and putting them up for sale. The items for sale included Holy Light, Sandstorm Bow, and a guide for the Nightmare Difficulty Goblin Dungeon, guaranteed S rank. The unlocking requirement is 8,000 Alliance coins. The moment it was posted on the forum, people started buzzing with discussion. Holy crap, the big shot is back. Soloing Nightmare Difficulty. And it guarantees an A to S rank. I'm not seeing things, am I? Big shot, can you take me with you next time? I've never done a Nightmare Difficulty dungeon before. I've been craving free attribute points since I was a kid. Right now, the guide for luring all the monsters in the first stage into one spot takes 7 minutes. Look at this guy's clear time, 4.5 minutes. I'm not saying another word, I'm going to try it right now. How precise is this skill for adjusting the goblin's aggro range? And you have to make full use of the skill's cooldown to maximize damage. If you can't kill the monsters, it's such a waste. My god, they call it Nightmare Difficulty, but this guy is the nightmare for the goblins. There were so many comments marveling at Lin Yi's abilities. But he remained anonymous, the only thing they knew was the 2 words big shot. Suddenly, a public post appeared, accompanied by 3 photos, claiming the admin was Lin Yi, a student at the professional academy. He's the strongest candidate in this year's exam, rumored to be the one who sold the Hunter's Greatsword and the only person to solo a dungeon with an SSS rating. After 3 photos capturing the moment Lin Yi entered the dungeon were posted, the keyboard warriors went wild. Is this fake news? What do these 3 pictures prove? The novice dungeon, maybe. But the Stone Cave Grotto and the Nightmare Difficulty Goblin Dungeon? A student soloing those? That's hilarious. This seems fishy. After Lin Yi awakened his talent, he's been very mysterious. No one knows his talent, and he even chose the priest class. That's why I remember him so clearly. The only thing that can be proven is that he really did sell the Hunter's Greatsword. As for the god's incredible calculations, his theoretical knowledge must have received full marks. But Lin Yi's academic performance is actually very average. I agree with the comment above. At a glance, he just seems like an ordinary student. You shouldn't compare him to high-level professionals. You have to remember a monster's perception range, combine it with the dungeon's terrain, and then use precise calculations to determine the true aggro range, right? If Lin Yi really is a priest, then the admin definitely can't be Lin Yi. Why would a priest sell a cleansing skill like Holy Light instead of using it? Regardless of their discussions, the only thing Lin Yi cared about was his continuously increasing account balance. Moreover, he received an offer to buy Holy Light for 100,000 Alliance coins, and an offer for the Sandstorm Bow for 150,000 Alliance coins. There was no reason not to sell them. Just like that, the ATM notified, "Dear Gold Card holder of the Alliance Fortune Bank, you have received 500,000 Alliance coins, bringing your total balance to 1,500,000 Alliance coins." This sum of 500,000 was indeed better than he had imagined. Perhaps this was a way to clear stages without taking damage, except for the boss stage, but other than Lin Yi, no one else could do it. If no one could do it, no one would dare to buy it. But it was fine, the Nightmare Difficulty dungeon was still a qualitative breakthrough for his own equipment and stats. Making money was just a necessity. The Carp's effect now only had 15 hours remaining. The young man decided to rest a bit to recover his spirits and then continue fighting in the next dungeon. Lin Yi stood up, cracked his knuckles, and went for a run, using training as a way to rest, and improving his physical fitness at the same time. The moon was high in the sky, and it was pitch black. He ran across a bridge where everyone was in pairs, only Lin Yi remained steadfast amidst the ever-changing world, running at full speed to train his body. A car with two bright headlights sped towards him out of nowhere. He immediately recognized the person in the car as Huang Xiaofeng. He suddenly acted cheerful and friendly, making an invitation. Wow, what a coincidence. Lin Yi, get in the car. It'll take you somewhere. Lin Yi replied with a calm and cold expression, didn't Zhao Kaihuang make it clear to you not to bother me anymore? I don't like trouble, but that doesn't mean I'm afraid of it. Huang Xiaofeng got out of the car, looking aggrieved, and said, don't mention that treacherous bastard's name again. A burly man in armor in the car got straight to the point, cut the crap. Young Master Huang wants to duel you. If you don't agree, then don't even think about your family's safety. Lin Yi originally intended to endure it, but they deliberately targeted his family. Those were the two most sensitive words to Lin Yi. He smirked. So you've already found my home address? Fine. I hope you act like a gentleman. Don't go crying and calling for help after you lose. Hearing this, young Master Huang flared up, don't you dare make false accusations. After this provocation, young Master Huang flew into a rage and turned to his companion, saying, later on, don't you dare interfere. I want to fight him one-on-one. The guard looked worried and uneasy. Huh? Young Master Huang. What if you can't beat him? It seemed even his own men didn't have faith in him. Young Master Huang went crazy again and yelled, shut up. The gear I'm wearing is something that poor bastard couldn't earn in a lifetime. How could I possibly lose? Get lost, you hear me? Lin Yi confirmed it. So he didn't just find backup. After his boastful roar, he immediately turned and whispered to his guard, follow the original plan. Lin Yi had already gotten into the car. Whatever you're doing, hurry up. However many people you have, just bring them all. It's fine. I'm busy and don't want to waste time. Huang Xiaofeng turned back and threatened, you just wait. You'll regret this in a moment. It'll make you crawl like a snake. Although Lin Yi didn't say anything, he knew his intentions. He thought to himself, and it'll make you wish you were dead. The car sped straight to a desolate mountain forest. Upon arrival, hundreds of men were already waiting, filling the entire forest. As soon as they saw Huang Xiaofeng, they all greeted in unison, yes, boss. Not only was Lin Yi not afraid, he even seemed excited by this investment. So many people came. Great, let's hurry up. Do you want a solo or a group fight? Young Master Huang declared a solo, but this solo was strange. All of us will solo you. He started to pull out his diamond-grade equipment, the Wind Shadow Sword. To Lin Yi, it made no difference, young Master Huang was just a brat to him. He immediately ordered his lackeys to charge and fight Lin Yi. He stood still in one place and unequipped his weapon. With superhuman speed, he somersaulted to dodge the attack. Faced with this speed, they were all stunned. What's going on? His speed stat is too high. They continued to charge, and young Master Huang's main guard activated Assault Slash. Assessing the situation, Lin Yi sighed. Does having more people make you stronger? Looks like I still have to use my reversal talent. An explosion erupted, and they were already smirking. You milk-drinking brat, your luck ends here. The moment they opened their eyes to look, their jaws dropped. The guard who had just used Assault Slash got a taste of his own medicine. He collapsed, continuously spitting blood from his mouth. What is this? What kind of move was that? He clearly didn't activate an attack. What a bizarre ability. It shattered the defense of gold-grade equipment. The underlings rushed over. Big brother, are you okay? The guard struggled to stand up again. I'm still fine. Ignore this brat's weird moves. He's just a priest. There are many of us, and we're all decked out in gold-grade gear. Let's take him down together. They surrounded Lin Yi from all sides, one activating flashing steel fist, another flying strike, blazing flame cannon, and heavenly heavy fire. Lin Yi remained unfazed, giving a gentle smile before bidding them farewell. He decided to use the skill, the marvel of a lone star, reversed. They all looked tense and bewildered as massive chains flew out, activating the skill, descent into hell. All of them were bound tightly by iron chains and sent flying. In an instant, they were all defeated. Impossible, we were wiped out in a flash. The useless Huang Xiaofeng, who hadn't lifted a finger, now postured, relying on money is better than relying on others. He pulled out a set of equipment and showed it off. This is the masterpiece I bought at Sotheby's auction, diamond-grade equipment worth tens of millions. It will increase my stats by 100 and has no level restrictions. After this display, only his recently beaten underlings were wide-eyed with admiration. That's the top auction house in all of Huaxiao. Just the entry ticket is worth hundreds of millions. Such financial power, he's truly the sole heir of the Huang Corporation. That set of equipment must be the rarest treasure in the world, of legendary grade. He proudly declared that this time, he would make Lin Yi kneel at his feet, sounding very confident that he would win. He was also arrogant, assuming Lin Yi was already scared. What a weakling class. He nonchalantly stepped over the bodies of the guys just thrashed by Lin Yi. It's not too late to beg for forgiveness. Lin Yi found his words grating. He pointed his weapon at him. A gilded exterior, but hollow inside. No matter how strong your equipment is, it can't carry a weakling like you. You can't win. Hearing this, young Master Huang became furious. Then you can go to hell. He activated Wind Shadow Sweep and charged straight at Lin Yi, who instantly used Flash Step to dodge. The guard watching from below was still terrified. What? No, that's not right. I don't know what kind of move he used to defeat all our brothers in gold-grade equipment. How can this guy's damage be so high? How on earth did he do it? What's even stranger, for a moment, I had the feeling that this kid wasn't human anymore. Like that thing that appeared in the Demon Tide back then. Young Master Huang was overwhelmed by Lin Yi's incredible speed, getting exhausted just trying to keep up. Impossible. Did you put all your attribute points into speed? My stats are clearly boosted by this expensive suit. As long as I land a hit on you, you're definitely dead. Lin Yi playfully taunted him, well, your base stats are just too low, so you'll never hit me. My turn, I suppose. First, let's find your weak spot. Lin Yi activated Reversal Art and Power Plunder Art, successfully dealing 1000 points of damage, damaging the target's armor and nullifying the all-stat boost from the diamond-grade equipment. Young Master Huang still didn't understand what happened, lamenting his shattered diamond-grade equipment. Falling into a state of extreme rage, he activated Charging Slash, then 3-Style Slash, and sweeping through 1,000 soldiers, using every skill he had. Lin Yi leaped high into the air, as if he were just playing a game of tag. Young Master Huang was in too much pain. Unable to catch up, all he could do was scream, "Stand still for me." Immediately after, he started losing health rapidly, his entire body in unbearable pain, causing him to cry out. Pain. It hurts so much. What kind of weird move did you use on me again? Lin Yi didn't hide it. Yes. For a useless person like you with no combat skills, even my basic attacks are enough to pierce your defense. You can surrender now. Just sign this agreement, state it clearly. Oh, Huang Xiaofeng voluntarily gifts his diamond-grade equipment set to classmate Lin Yi as a sincere apology and promises to never repeat his past wrongdoings. After hearing this, young Master Huang jumped up. Are you fucking dreaming? In your dreams. Just as he finished speaking, Lin Yi's skills had cooled down. Well, his ridiculously expensive defensive equipment was as good as gone. Young Master Huang refused to accept it, clenching his fists and recklessly charging. "You bastard! You dare threaten me? Take this!" Activating Pegasus Meteor Blast. There was a loud explosion, and he was already gloating, thinking he had won. "Trash, are you still alive?" At that moment, Lin Yi emerged majestically from the smoke, using a healing art to completely recover from his injuries. His bones were regenerating, while young Master Huang stood there, his armor gone, stark naked in broad daylight. At this point, the coward could only resort to bringing up his parents. "You disgust me, Lin Yi. Don't you touch me. If you touch me, I'll tell my dad. My dad won't let you off." Lin Yi looked at him with disdain. He hated useless people who could only threaten others with their family. Therefore, he decided to give him another taste of reversed healing art and power plunder art. "Don't worry, you still have plenty of health. Let's continue." Another huge explosion, and young Master Huang writhed, seemingly unable to resist any longer. Lin Yi didn't stop there, continuing to beat him to a pulp with his fists. The guard and the few remaining men could only watch in awe. Is this torture? Big brother? Is the person we're messing with really a priest? Calamity's descent was activated, and a bolt of lightning struck young Master Huang's position. The guard outside clutched his head in panic. "Young Master Huang, he's not really dead, is he?" A hidden camera had recorded the entire event, and was even live-streaming it. The live-stream viewers went crazy. "What's this? What scoop does the paparazzo have today? Isn't that the famous rich young master, Huang Xiaofeng? Who's the person standing opposite him? So many gangsters here. Are they trying to silence someone? That mage is so strong. Where did Huang Xiaofeng get the guts to fight him?" Every bit of dialogue between Huang Xiaofeng and Lin Yi was recorded clearly. The keyboard warriors were outraged by young Master Huang's arrogance. "My God, Huang Xiaofeng is so obnoxious. I never knew he was so uncultured. No wonder he was so cocky, turns out he had something up his sleeve. How much must that set of equipment have cost? I hate this guy." The breaking news was updated. Hot, arrogant young master who uses his power to bully others meets his match, a skilled pro turns the tables and thrashes him. They were amazed that the one who dealt with young Master Huang was none other than a priest, who could both heal and attack. They started discussing Lin Yi. What kind of talent does this priest have? He can directly shred a warrior's unleveled diamond-grade equipment. Someone find out who this god-tier player is immediately. I want to become his disciple. A few youngsters watching recognized a familiar face. What's going on? He looks just like my classmate. You're from Jiangqing Vocational Academy? We're probably talking about the same person. A few days ago, I heard they had a conflict. It seems Huang Xiaofeng tried to hit on my goddess but failed. That's right, I remember that guy is a priest. Does that even matter now? This guy first solo cleared a dungeon, and 2 days ago, he somehow angered Huang Xiaofeng. He must have awakened some top-tier talent. Didn't someone leak before that the IP address of the pros selling equipment and SSS-grade skills was located in Jiangqing? Right, although this god-tier player set a dungeon record, it wasn't a professional-level dungeon. Besides, his transaction was photographed. The students from your school recognize him, right? Baiji trembled while holding her phone at home. It's not Lin Yi, I bought equipment from the great master before, he's very humble. Everyone stopped gossiping. The more everyone discussed it, the more they felt something was being hidden. It seemed like the news was true. Baiji originally intended to hide it but failed. What now? The great master can't hide it anymore. There must be many more skilled people who want to be the great master's teammate like me. Does this mean I won't have a chance to ride his coattails anymore? Instantly, a fan club was created for the invincible great master Lin Yi. He can heal, deal damage, and tank. He can even restore mana and aggro, supporting and carrying, covering 3 roles. He's truly a god descending. Everyone simultaneously turned to criticize Huang Xiaofeng. People like Huang Xiaofeng are truly disgusting, pretending in front of girls but in reality, only knowing how to rely on his father. He even called people to gang up on a classmate. He must be caught and punished. The young master of the Huang Corporation looks down on ordinary people like us. But in the end, he ran into a tough guy and got wrecked. Look at his arrogance. In reality, he's just a useless person who relies on money. It's not just money. His father is Huang Tianqi, a high-ranking official of the Professional Alliance. In the future, he will definitely rely on his dad to get into the alliance. How can the Professional Alliance allow scum like this to enter? Everyone turned to curse the entire Huang family. Like father, like son. Step down. The Huang Corporation is trash that deserves to go bankrupt and shut down. Letting them in is truly a stench. The Professional Alliance must give us a proper explanation. Because of this broadcast, the market value of the Huang Corporation's stock evaporated. Hackers launched a large-scale attack. The reason was that the chairman's son bullied a classmate. At home, Sumu had managed to watch the broadcast. The girl was very indignant. This Huang Xiaofeng is too much. Mom, Dad, we must teach them a lesson. Her father sighed, Sumu, we can't do that, dear. The mother also spoke up, this child has a bad character. If he walks down an evil path, he will naturally face retribution. But if he always uses privileges that aren't his to suppress others, he will never become an outstanding professional. Sumu still looked worried, afraid that if they acted, it would make Little Yi become someone like Huang Xiaofeng. Sumu's parents had 100% faith in Lin Yi. The boy would be able to handle it himself. Elsewhere, the white-haired man was still monitoring Lin Yi's every move and expressed his satisfaction. He still hasn't taken the assessment test. As expected, he's very skilled. His awakened talent must be legendary grade or higher, right? Choosing to be a priest, it's like using a sledgehammer to crack a nut. A once-in-a-century genius like this can probably get special admission directly into the Professional Alliance, right? What do you all think about admitting Lin Yi into the alliance early? There's no reason for them to disagree. We agree with both hands and feet. For the sake of global stability, someone like this must be recruited into the alliance as soon as possible. What about old Huang? Why are you still here? Don't you care about your son anymore? A man holding a coffee cup chuckled, actually, this matter can't be considered a big problem for Minister Huang. It could even be considered an opportunity. Why not seize it? Huang Xiaofeng's father is the chairman of the Huang Corporation, minister of the alliance branch, Huang Tianqi. He spoke calmly, I'm still at the company handling work. I've already planned the compensation for student Lin Yi. As an unqualified father, I am very sorry for my son's behavior. I have sent a representative to the scene. Rest assured, everyone. I will definitely handle this matter seriously, so please wait a moment. Just as Lin Yi was about to act again, a helicopter arrived. Lin Yi, please show mercy. The chairman of the Huang Corporation wishes to speak with you. The son who had just been beaten to a pulp saw his father's people arrive and became smug, my dad is here. You're finished now, kid. Lin Yi remained calm and asked, what is it? Does the chairman of the Huang Corporation want to pressure me? Then can he come here himself? The man bowed his head and offered a phone, it's not like that, sir. The Huang family is willing to compensate for Huang Xiaofeng's behavior. Mr. Huang wants to apologize to you personally. This decision made the toothless Huang Xiaofeng's jaw drop, what the hell? Why do you have to bow to this dirt poor kid? No, what did you just say? My dad wants to apologize to him. What nonsense are you talking about? Lin Yi ignored his ranting and took the phone. A moment later, the chairman of the Huang Corporation appeared. Hello, you must be Lin Yi, right? Sorry to have kept you waiting. I am Huang Xiaofeng's father. Everything he did was due to my poor upbringing. I'm very sorry for causing you such great trouble. A verbal apology alone cannot make up for my son's mistakes. I want to meet you in person to apologize, and also compensate you for the loss of equipment and items, as long as it's within my capabilities. As for Huang Xiaofeng, I hope you can hand him over to Zhao Kai Huang. I will definitely discipline him strictly with family rules. Lin Yi didn't want to make things difficult. Seeing such a sincere attitude, he immediately agreed. But it didn't stop there. The young man smiled brightly and negotiated the specific details of the compensation. I want 3 sets of level unrestricted diamond-grade equipment, 1 priest set, 1 mage set, and 1 swordsman set. Additionally, I want 5 million in currency. Can your alliance do that, uncle? After hearing this, Zhao Kaiwang's jaw dropped. What did I just hear? Level unrestricted diamond-grade equipment, for 3 different classes. Zhao Kaihuang feared it would be difficult to find even if they searched the entire country. The chairman of the Huang Corporation replied, level unrestricted diamond-grade equipment, but if you need 3 sets, you might have to wait a few days. We don't have them readily available at the moment. Rest assured, I will have special personnel run secret realms and dungeons. The Alliance is also willing to provide resources and help. After getting Huang Xiaofeng onto the helicopter, everyone looked at the useless guy in anger. So annoying, I have to clean up your mess again. Zhao Kaihuang was startled when his special glasses suddenly detected an electronic device, and he immediately walked over to the camera. He got close to the camera and explained, "Thank you all for watching. Chairman Huang has personally apologized and negotiated compensation. For specific details, please tune into the stream on the Alliance's official channel tomorrow." Thank you. Lin Yi was startled. He didn't expect the Alliance was already paying attention to him. He worried that they had discovered his extraordinary talent. It didn't stop there. Chairman Huang continued to negotiate. In addition, I can give you all the secret realm resources around Jiangcheng. Excluding a few rare secret realms, that's 50 secret realms in total. After all, Jiangcheng isn't mine alone. There are many factions with deep roots here. Lin Yi felt that 1 month was more than enough. Zhao Kaihuang was shocked again. 50 secret realms in 1 month. Is this something a new professional can do? Consider the negotiations concluded. All right. Bring your teammates tomorrow night. They'll treat you to a meal. As for the public opinion online. Before Chairman Huang could finish, Lin Yi understood his meaning and said he would clarify things on the professional forum. During tomorrow's dinner, Chairman Huang can do a live stream. This idea took Chairman Huang by surprise. I didn't expect you could think this far ahead. It's truly amazing. His future is definitely bright. He's an outstanding genius. After the video call ended, Lin Yi said to Zhao Kaihuang, because of your and Huang Tianqi's attitude, he'll let it slide today, but 3 strikes and you're out. Yes, I understand. Mr. Huang's family is a bit complicated. Extreme circumstances can easily make a person extreme. Lin Yi showed no interest. Mr. Huang's family matters. I have no intention of prying. When you don't know someone well, you shouldn't say too much. The next day, they met at the 5-star restaurant, Jade Orchid Pavilion. This was the first restaurant in Jiangcheng to be officially recognized as a 5-star establishment. It has always had good reviews. The chefs are masters from all over. The special feature of this restaurant is its extreme focus on the customer experience. Whether it's one person or many, you will have your own private room. A private room with dedicated service, available on call, ensuring you don't miss the best time to enjoy the delicacies. Most importantly, regardless of status, even if you can only order the restaurant's cheapest golden egg fried rice, you can still enjoy supreme VIP treatment. Su Mu still felt uneasy and reminded Lin Yi. Although Huang Tianqi personally apologized to you on the stream, you still need to be careful at this banquet. In reality, Lin Yi already knew what others were thinking. Huang Tianqi's solemn apology was simply because he had seen his potential and wanted to befriend him beforehand. As soon as Lin Yi arrived, he was invited into the reserved room. Upon arrival, Huang Tianqi was very enthusiastic. These two must be Su Mu and Bai Ji. Please, have a seat. The three of you, please allow me to apologize for my son's behavior towards you. It's because I usually don't teach him how to treat people that he committed such a malicious act of harassment. Su Mu and Bai Ji were very surprised by his attitude, which was the opposite of what they expected. He didn't try to intimidate them or act superior, he was even affable and friendly, humble and reasonable. The father of Huang Xiaofeng, a top figure in Jiangqing City, is this kind of person. Parents who love their children will plan for their long-term future. The chairman of the Huang Corporation did not hesitate to humble himself before others. Lin Yi therefore didn't hold a grudge. Chairman Huang, I understand your sincerity. If Huang Xiaofeng can recognize his mistake and learn from it, I won't dwell on the past. The two shook hands as a sign of reconciliation. Boss, the items have been brought. Should we show them now? Yes, show them. It was the diamond-grade equipment that Lin Yi had requested. The name of this equipment set is Demon Emperor Splendor, a 4-piece set of diamond quality. Its effect is to restore damage taken. The cooldown is 10 seconds, and it specifically enhances self-healing effects by 50%. As expected of a diamond set, and it just so happens not to conflict with the individual pieces Lin Yi is currently using. It seems to be a simple and crude increase in health and survivability, but in reality, with a little calculation, the reverse damage will be directly doubled. Lin Yi expressed that he was very satisfied. Bai Ji was still overwhelmed by the equipment sets in front of her. Su Mu thought, a 4-piece diamond set with no level restriction, and he gave out 3 sets at once. Even with the Huang family's wealth, this is definitely not just about saving face. This is truly a huge investment. The equipment is excellent. Thank you, Uncle Huang. Well, accept them for now. All actions were live-streamed, and people began to buzz about Huang Tianqi's gestures and actions. This is a top figure in Jiangqing City, the boss behind the Huang Corporation, yet he values a newcomer like Lin Yi so much. So what if he's a big shot? Didn't he fail to raise his son properly, causing him to clash with a tough young man like the Great Master? That's right, if his apology wasn't sincere and the compensation for Great Master Lin Yi wasn't enough, we'd each spit on the Huang family and drown them. Since the Great Master has said he won't dwell on it, let's all disperse. They decided to leave and stop discussing it, while Lin Yi's group was still enjoying their delicious meal. Today's matter was considered settled. Huang Tianqi even offered to see Lin Yi off, as reporters were swarming outside. As soon as Lin Yi stepped outside, the crowd of reporters went into a frenzy, taking photos non-stop. Lin Yi, we heard that the talent you awakened is reverse healing and that you can solo any dungeon. Is this true? Lin Yi, is it true that you single-handedly cleared the novice dungeon and achieved an SSSS rating? Please answer us, no professional can do that alone. Excuse me, are you the anonymous master on the professional forums? Despite facing hundreds of questions and flashing lights, Lin Yi remained as calm as ever amidst the chaos, walking past coldly without answering. This is Huang Xiaofeng's room. After the fight, he was completely exhausted, covered in bandages, looking disheveled and no different from a stray dog. At the same time, a dark, black aura continuously emanated from him. Huang Xiaofeng frowned. He was covered in bandages, lying on the bed, looking at the black shadow in front of him and asking, "What the hell are you?" Mai Chao let out a hee-hee laugh. Me? He introduced himself, I am Lord Mai Chao from the Abyss, a high-level demon with pure bloodline and powerful strength. Huang Xiaofeng said with a dejected expression, and here I thought it was something special. He said sarcastically, once we humans awaken, don't we just beat you guys back to the abyss like insects? Hearing this, Mai Chao wondered to himself, you can't be serious. What is a guy who was beaten by a priest to the point of becoming the laughingstock of the entire city so smug about? He tried to explain, that was a strategic retreat, you know. Huang Xiaofeng, lying on the bed, showed clear disdain. Mai Chao tried to entice him, Huang Xiaofeng, are you really content with this? Those foolish and ignorant humans mock you. Your friends and family don't help you, instead, they go and suck up to the one who bullied you like a bunch of lackeys. How about making a deal with me? Right now, I can let you obtain unparalleled power, so you can crush those who insulted you, and let your father know that you are the one who should be valued most. Huang Xiaofeng threw a pillow straight at Mai Chao's face and warned, get lost. I was holding back this time. He angrily sat up, pointed straight at Mai Chao's face, and spewed a torrent of words, I, Huang Xiaofeng, am a genius among geniuses. I don't need any power from an insect like you. Go bestow it upon those poor losers and weaklings. Mai Chao was full of question marks, thinking with restraint, can I just kill this idiot? Patience, patience, it's all for the KPI. Mai Chao left, but not without saying something before he went. In short, whenever you've thought it through, just call out the 2 words Mai Chao. I will hear your call immediately, bestow upon you the great power of the abyss, and lead you to become a fallen one who fears nothing. Scene changed to a secret realm dungeon, the level 6 to 10 boneyard, nightmare difficulty. A large gate appeared. Lin Yi asked Bai Ji, how many uses of your awakened talent do you have left this week? The system displayed information, boneyard. A desolate land shrouded in death, surrounded by an army of skeletons. When you enter, you will awaken them, and they will see you as fresh food. Bai Ji raised her hand and answered, 1 time. She explained, I went into 2 dungeons before, so I used it once. Lin Yi sighed and said, alright, don't use it just yet. Save it for the better resources later. He analyzed, although this is a nightmare difficulty resource dungeon, we have diamond equipment. The best platinum grade drops in this dungeon won't benefit us much. The Huang family has promised us better dungeon resources this week, opening a catastrophe difficulty dungeon for us. Right now, we just need a transitional weapon. Even if we don't get anything good, we can still sell it for a high price. Lin Yi said to the 2 girls. So, we have 3 goals for this dungeon. First, free attribute points. Second, get a platinum weapon. Third, create an SSS rank guide for nightmare difficulty. You guys watch me. Consider it a live demonstration. Su Mu blinked cheerfully and replied, alright, I won't make a move until you're about to fail. The 3 entered the boneyard. The scene inside was incredibly gloomy and eerie. The system explained, the difficulty of this dungeon is known among professionals and students as bone broth. Achieving an SSS rating requires 4 conditions. First, kill the final boss, the undead knight. Second, destroy all undead skeletons. Third, do not use the holy sword, the secret realm's unique weapon used to suppress all undead in the boneyard. Fourth, before clearing, ensure the holy sword's health is at 60% or higher. Bai Ji said with some worry, the boneyard is called bone broth precisely because of the similarity between normal and hard difficulties. You just have to mindlessly use the holy sword. This is my first time in nightmare difficulty. Su Mu raised 3 fingers and asked Bai Ji, would a cheat-like weapon that deals 300% suppressed damage still be considered nightmare difficulty if it appeared here? She hugged Bai Ji and encouraged her, don't be nervous. After we finish this dungeon, how about we sell the equipment and guide to buy snacks for you? Bai Ji replied shyly, you don't have to. Lin Yi exclaimed with a bit of helplessness, alright, it'll be the free labor. Lin Yi took out his weapon and said, starting now. Watch closely. He bit his thumb until it bled. Lin Yi brought his thumb close to a crack, letting his blood drip down. Suddenly, countless skeletons rose from the ground. They chanted in unison, a human, a living person, let's eat. Lin Yi thought to himself, using my blood as a lure to draw these skeletons over, making them ignore the holy sword's protective barrier, which despises evil the most. Lin Yi cast reverse heal, and his whole body glowed with a red light. System notification, entered a state of continuous health loss, all attributes lowered. Lin Yi coughed up blood. The skeletons charged forward frantically. Su Mu pulled Bai Ji back and said, let's retreat. Then she threw a blue pill towards Lin Yi. Lin Yi caught it. The blue pill was a painkiller. Used when the body is injured, it can significantly reduce the sensation of pain, but it has no healing ability and cannot mend wounds. Lin Yi caught the pill. He immediately put it in his mouth and swallowed it. Lin Yi ran. The health bar showed his HP was below 25%. Lin Yi glanced back and thought, my judgment was correct. The desire these undead skeletons have for fresh blood is greater than their hatred for the holy sword. Baiji asked worriedly, do we really not need to go help? Su Mu replied, no need. Shouldn't we trust him completely? That's Lin Yi, after all. Lin Yi cut a line on his arm. His HP was below 10%. The system displayed, approaching the border of the Boneyard dungeon. Lin Yi was secretly pleased, we're here. He used divine healing, and his HP started to rise again. The skeletons were extremely surprised. They all started to flee. Lin Yi raised his staff and said, it's too late to lose your appetite now. He cast the skill Reversed Spirit Drain. Lin Yi's eyes glowed brightly. He unleashed the move Fall into Heaven and Hell. With one move, Lin Yi defeated all the skeletons. System notification, the HP of all undead skeletons has reached 0. The ground suddenly shook. A passageway appeared beneath Lin Yi's feet, leading straight underground. Su Mu and Bai Ji were extremely surprised. Lin Yi frowned. From inside the cave, a voice echoed, who has awakened me? System notification, the undead knight boss has awakened. The undead knight charged out on horseback and said, I will use your skulls as cups and drink your blood. Information displayed, name, Undead Knight, level 9. Strength, 11, Constitution, 15, Intelligence, 20, Spirit, 15, Agility, 10. Quality, Platinum. Skills, Resentful Fire, Wraith's Wrath, Nether Abyss. The undead knight uses the skill Resentful Fire. Lin Yi shouted, Reverse Healing Spell. Deprivation Spell. After speaking, Lin Yi slammed his staff onto the ground. The attack radiated outwards, striking the undead knight. The undead knight's health points dropped by 500. Lin Yi sneered, too weak. A bolt of red lightning struck from the sky. Reverse Divine Remedy, Calamity descends. Damage increased by 50%. The undead knight took the full brunt of the attack, its body shattering. System notification, the undead knight has entered a critically injured state. Activating passive skill, Undead Delay. The undead knight's attributes are enhanced. The undead knight's power suddenly surged. It commanded, return, my brothers. The system announced, all undead creatures have revived, regenerating 100 HP per second. Lin Yi was surprised. All the undead from before had been revived. The undead knight, as if victory was certain, said, foolish human, there is no escape for you now. Do you have any last words? Hearing this, Lin Yi just scoffed. Bai Ji, hiding behind a rock, exclaimed, so amazing. Su Mu assessed, these demonic creatures are so stupid, they don't even understand basic math. The newly revived undead regenerate only 100 HP per second. Lin Yi doesn't even need the Holy Sword's healing prohibition to counter them. She said confidently, just 3 minutes of overwhelming power is enough to finish them off. Just as Su Mu said, Lin Yi was overwhelming the small fry skeletons with his power. His health points continuously increased, while the skeletons continuously decreased. Notifications appeared non-stop, "Undead has been slain." The undead knight was dumbfounded. Lin Yi pointed his weapon directly at the undead knight and said, "As for last words, you should be asking yourself that." System display, reversed healing spell, deprivation spell. Health points minus 750, including 50% increased damage. The undead knight was overwhelmed by the immense power. Lin Yi unleashed his move, and the undead knight was instantly vaporized. System notification, killed the secret area boss, the undead knight, gaining 6,000 experience points. Completed the Land of Skeletons dungeon. Commencing reward summary. All hidden conditions met. Rating upgraded to SSS. Obtained, Golden Treasure Chest X1, Platinum Treasure Chest X1. A golden light surrounded Lin Yi. You have leveled up to level 8. Lin Yi's information displayed. Name, Lin Yi. Profession, Priest. All stats increased. Equipment, activated 4-piece Demon King set, Swift Wind Boots, Emerald Ring. Awakened talent, Reverse Heaven and Earth. Single target skills, Healing Spell, Deprivation Spell. Support skills, Blessing Spell, Prohibition Spell. AoE skills, Divine Remedy, Calamity Descends, Level 2, Myriad Stars Fall to Hell. Su Mu praised, "Not bad, Lin Yi." System notification continued, Su Mu, by Ji, produced no damage output. No experience reward. Su Mu had a surprised expression. A key appeared, along with a quest, final mission, complete the Land of Skeletons dungeon. Protect the Guardian Holy Sword from being attacked by undead creatures. Unique reward obtained, Stone Sword Key. Unique Stone Sword Key, can open a gate to the one-time secret instance, the Land of the Undead, in a suitable location. Highest difficulty, Apocalypse level. Baiji exclaimed, "A key to an Apocalypse level dungeon? I am not seeing things, am I?" The system asked, "The final mission for the Land of Skeletons has vanished. Do you wish to open the treasure chests? Yes/no." Su Mu asked in surprise, the skeleton dungeon actually had an unopened, one-time use secret key. Lin Yi looked at the key and replied, "Yes, a personal item for a one-time secret realm is different from a regular dungeon key. After use, both the key and the dungeon will disappear, as will the rewards inside. Because they are one of a kind, they are extremely valuable strategic level resources. Newcomers can only see regular dungeons with normal, hard, and nightmare difficulties. But after those, there are actually disaster, calamity, catastrophe, apocalypse, and epic levels. Top-tier regular dungeons and rare, one-time secret realm dungeons are all controlled and monopolized by the major professional powers." Baiji asked happily, "So, at the same difficulty level, are the rewards from a one-time dungeon better than those from a regular dungeon?" Su Mu replied, "Several times better. Moreover, they are guaranteed to give a world-unique reward to worthy challengers." Lin Yi thought for a moment and said, Wait a minute. Among the professionals who got an SSS grade, none of them managed to keep the Guardian's HP at 100%. Su Mu pushed Lin Yi from behind towards the chest. "Hey! Why worry about them? Hurry up and start the chest opening ceremony. Let's see what our great god Lin Yi's lucky halo can get us." Baiji giggled beside them. Lin Yi laughed helplessly and replied, "Okay." Lin Yi opened the chest. The rewards appeared. Opened Platinum Treasure Chest, obtained free attribute points, obtained Platinum Grade Equipment, Hunting Dog's Fong, Stone Staff. Lin Yi gave a wry smile, as expected, nothing suitable for a priest. On the other hand, this stone staff. Mu Mu, don't you need a weapon upgrade? Su Mu replied. Lin Yi held out the stone staff. Su Mu said shyly, no, the 10 free attribute points are already a huge gain. Lin Yi checked his stats. Intelligence plus 10. Current intelligence, 52, plus 20, plus 30. Lin Yi gave the staff to Su Mu and said, here, take the stone staff. It should correspond with the earth attribute of your 5 elements master talent. Lin Yi's group continued moving. Su Mu asked, where are we going next? Lin Yi replied, actually, our 3-person team, whether in terms of equipment or damage output, is already far ahead in the pre-professional exam. Let's just run it again and accumulate experience to reach level 10. Lin Yi's group walked towards a blue barrier, which transported them to another place. Arriving at the other place, Lin Yi asked, next, can you two run the land of skeletons by yourselves? Just follow the sequence I used. You definitely won't get an SSS grade, but getting an S grade should still be easy for gaining experience. Bai Ji replied, I have no problem. Suddenly, something lunged towards them with lightning speed. Lin Yi sensed it and pushed Su Mu away. Wait, there's danger. Lin Yi's eyes widened in surprise. He exclaimed, Bai Ji. A tall, bald man appeared out of nowhere. He held a knife to Bai Ji's throat and asked Lin Yi, hey, brat, did you get the stone sword key? The bald man threatened, if you know what's good for you, hand over the stone sword key. His party consisted of a level 15 mage, 2 level 12 martial artists, and a level 11 priest. On this side, Lin Yi was a level 8 priest, and Su Mu was a level 6 mage. The bald man was a level 13 assassin, and Bai Ji was a level 5 greatsword user. The bald man pressed the knife to Bai Ji's neck and said, otherwise, your little teammate will. Bai Ji unleashed her power, exclaiming, damn it. She used her sword to break the bald man's weapon and shouted, on what grounds should we give it to you? The other mage revealed a wicked smile, he had finished casting his spell. The mage attacked Bai Ji. Bai Ji blocked the attack with her sword. She collapsed on the spot. The bald man stepped on Bai Ji while his teammate healed him. The mage approached and said, you have some skill. A pity. Lin Yi growled, if you don't want to die, let her go. Bai Ji was being burned by the mage's flames, clutching herself in pain. The mage laughed and said, hey, don't be so violent. Actually, I quite like those who are strong enough. Lin Yi launched an extremely fast attack. The mage exclaimed in surprise, what? A huge explosion occurred, sending dust and smoke everywhere. The mage's scream rang out, holy shit. The bald man yelled, hey, what the hell are you guys doing? Didn't I tell you to stop him? The mage wiped the blood from his face. Lin Yi had one of them under control. The man convulsed in pain and said, you, a brat who's not even level 10. How can you? Su Mu used her tears of emulation skill to suppress another one. Lin Yi growled, get lost. Who gave you the courage to try and rob us? The mage burst out laughing, wait until you're in hell to regret today's arrogance. He cast a spell on the bald man. Lao air, leave no one alive. The man's power was enhanced. He activated the skill wine of death. The mage ordered, kill this brat first. The other 2 girls are nothing. Su Mu was stunned, this person doesn't care at all about the life or death of his teammate. Lin Yi frowned and said. Mu Mu, Bai Ji, both of you, fall back. They have the scent of a demonic aura on them. Lin Yi thought to himself, they are all fallen ones. They willingly made a deal with abyssal demons, allowing them to bypass their innate talents and gain abyssal power many times stronger than their own. They've buried their humanity and become enemies of mankind. Lin Yi swung his staff and shouted, "Reverse divine remedy, calamity descends." 3 fireballs shot towards Lin Yi. A huge explosion occurred. Seeing this, the mage laughed loudly, "Useless trash can't even cast a skill properly." He continued, "Lao air, their equipment looks pretty good. Strip it all off them." The bald man's shadow flickered behind the smoke screen. Lin Yi was completely unharmed, breaking the man's arm. The mage was dumbfounded. What? He cursed at his subordinate, "Idiot, heal him quickly." The subordinate stammered, "B-boss, it's no use. A moment ago, he was instantly killed." The mage thought in disbelief, "How is this possible? A priest who isn't even level 10. Where did he get such high damage? Unless he also made a deal with an abyssal demon. No, that's not right. An offensive priest." He looked at Lin Yi and realized, it's that Lin Yi. This guy isn't an ordinary professional. No, he's not even human. The mage scrambled to his feet and fled. "Run." Seeing this, Lin Yi said, "Trying to run? Fat chance. I'm not letting any of you go." Lin Yi used reversed, myriad stars fall. A massive soul-like entity chased after them. They screamed, "No, no." Lin Yi delivered the decisive blow, "Fall to hell." That group took the full force of the attack. Lin Yi sent those guys to meet their makers as dust and smoke rose. Lin Yi thought to himself, "With all my skills damage boosted, I can one-shot a nightmare difficulty boss." Instantly killed. Even against professionals 5 levels higher, their health can be depleted. They're dead for sure. Su Mu gripped her weapon and said, "If you hadn't acted, the ones dead right now would have been us." Baiji asked, Do we need to dispose of the bodies? What if their guild or organization comes looking for us? Lin Yi spoke up, "No rush. No guild or faction would be willing to publicly acknowledge these fallen ones." Lin Yi recalled the news about escaped fallen ones being wanted criminals. While searching the mage's bag, he said, "And if they're not public, they form their own camps and won't care either. A mix of platinum and gold equipment, but they're attribute locked." Lin Yi looked at the symbol on the man's hand and sighed regretfully, "Only fallen ones can use this. What a pity." A flash of light appeared. Lin Yi exclaimed, "Found it." A key appeared. It was a pass to the catastrophe difficulty forest of the lost giant. Lin Yi thought to himself, a pass for a catastrophe difficulty dungeon. Good stuff. He recalled, a level 10 dungeon, the forest of the lost giant. The nightmare difficulty was actually a test for professionals. For many years, no raid team has been able to clear this dungeon. Lin Yi thought, the second boss, the Dark Cursed Knight, has become the nightmare of all students, a stumbling block on the path to becoming a professional. And all elite pre-professionals will team up to challenge the catastrophe difficulty forest of the lost giant. Their goal for clearing it isn't high-level equipment or experience. It's to get the drop from a flawless first clear, the key to the calamity difficulty Forgotten Lair dungeon. Lin Yi clenched the key in his hand and thought, but that's all for later. Su Mu recognized it was the forest of the lost giant. She asked excitedly, "Can we go?" Lin Yi replied, "Well, wait for the cooldown on Baiji's talent to end, then go straight in." He imagined thousands of crimson eyes surrounding their team and reminded them, "We not only have to try to reach level 10 in the dungeon, but also strive to get the pass to the Forgotten Lair." Su Mu looked at the bodies on the ground and said, "So, how do we deal with these fallen ones? Burning or dismembering them would still leave traces. How about burying them?" She turned back and sighed, "If only one of us was a summoner, we could feed the bodies to the summons." Baiji pondered Su Mu's words. Lin Yi was a bit speechless. Hey, you two." Lin Yi slung 2 fallen ones over his shoulder and said, "How about we just toss them into the dungeon and let them disappear when the dungeon's cooldown ends?" Su Mu replied, good idea. I didn't know dungeons could be used for this. As she spoke, she and Baiji helped carry the rest of the bodies. They threw all the fallen ones into the dungeon. Lin Yi looked at the system screen showing the koi buff on cooldown and said, "Alright, let's go back and prepare. Well, balance work and rest. Once the cooldown on Baiji's koi ends, well, open the forest of the lost giant." Su Mu Mu and Baiji replied in unison, "Okay." One day later, at Jiang Cheng's SKBB. Lin Yes group talked while eating. To level up in preparation for the exam, it seems that ever since awakening our talents, we've never relaxed and had a big meal like this. Lin Yi said, "Don't worry, we've earned a lot of alliance coins today, not a little." Baiji ate her dessert with a happy and satisfied expression. Lin Yi continued, "When we have free time, we can come here often." Su Mu Mu replied, okay. She said a bit shyly, "Actually, it's better to save the money for equipment. I'm not a child, I don't need to spend so much on entertainment." Baiji chimed in, "Big boss, actually, I can chip in." No, how about I pay for it?" Lin Yi smiled and replied, "Next time, maybe. Our team isn't short on funds." Suddenly, a male waiter came over and announced, "Sir, the bill for this table has already been paid by that gentleman over there." Lin Yi grunted in acknowledgement. He looked at the man at the next table, wondering, who is he? The white-haired man was an officer of the Professional Alliance, Shangguan Yan, the master of the Spirit Fate sect. He introduced himself. "Hello everyone, I am Shangguan Yan, an officer of the Professional Alliance, and also the master of the Spirit Fate sect." Lin Yi shook Shangguan Yan's hand and said, "Hello, I'm Lin Yi, a student at Jiangqing Vocational Academy No. 1. These are my teammates, Su Mu Mu and Baiji." Shangguan Yan replied, "I know. I came to invite you to join the Spirit Fate sect, to facilitate an early entry into the Professional Alliance." Baiji exclaimed, "Wow." Lin Yi was surprised. Su Mu Mu asked, "Early entry into the Professional Alliance?" Lin Yi answered, "But I haven't taken the professional exam. Besides, if I agree to your offer, entering the alliance without publicly demonstrating my strength, it'd be hard not to be suspected of using special privileges to get in through the back door, right?" Shangguan Yan poured wine. Lin Yi continued, "So, I won't accept your offer. Furthermore, I don't plan on joining any sect." Shangguan Yan and Lin Yi clinked their glasses. Shangguan Yan said with some regret, "Well, I truly didn't think you would refuse." "That's fair. The strong have their own plans." Shangguan Yan said while drinking his wine, "No matter. I hope to see you join the alliance soon." He gave a professional smile and said, "If you need anything, you can contact me anytime. This is also the alliance's policy for preferential treatment of talent. Also, on a personal note, when that day comes, I'd like to have a proper and open spar with you." Lin Yi smiled and replied, "No problem." He thought to himself, the Spirit Fate sect, huh? This guy is quite interesting. Scene changed to Monday, in the Academy's garden. Lin Yes group has assembled. Lin Yi spoke up. "The new challenge is starting, Baiji." Baiji replied, "Coming." She summoned a koi fish. The system displayed a notification. "You have been granted an unknown power and have obtained a special buff. Attention of the Goddess of Luck, each time you clear a dungeon, you will receive a treasure chest 1 grade higher. Duration, 24 hours. Lin Yi shouted, "Use the pass." He used the key to activate the portal to the forest of the lost giant. The system displayed, "Checking, portal activation request confirmed, please wait." The Mystic Realm Dungeon, Forest of the Lost Giant, Catastrophe Difficulty, has been activated. The three of them stepped through the portal. System notification, you are about to enter the Forest of the Lost Giant. Level 8 to 15, Catastrophe Difficulty. Introduction. The calamities of the world call this place home, the quiet netherworld is the destination. This is the land where the giant race was lost, and also a land of despair filled with death. Su Mu Mu looked at the surrounding scenery and said, "The forest of the lost giant. I heard it's a fragment that broke off from some larger mystic realm. Although you can enter at level 8, it has a near-calamity level difficulty, which other dungeons can't match." A giant arm appeared. The monster roared. Su Mu Mu exclaimed, "They're here." The system displayed information: name, level 8 Ghost Soldier of the Lost Kingdom. Strength 15, Constitution 15, Intelligence 11, Spirit 12, Agility 11. Gold Potential. Skills: Horizontal Slash, Charge, Jumping Slash, Straight Thrust. Su Mu Mu said loudly, "Lin Yi, leave these two mobs to us." She then activated life-copying tears. Su Mu Mu and Bai Ji attacked. System notifications: Health -200. Health -623. Su Mu Mu realized something: my attack. On the side, Bai Ji also realized, it really doubled. The two monsters' health continuously dropped. Lin Yi snapped his fingers. Healing spell, clarity spell. Lin Yi reminded the other two, watch out for their horizontal slash and charge combo. Duck and roll. Lin Yi watched the two girls attack and thought to himself, it seems the new equipment is very effective. Mu Mu and Bai Ji's attack power has already surpassed most students of the same level. Bai Ji did a flip in the air. Su Mu Mu skillfully dodged the monster's attack. Su Mu Mu cast a skill, Poison Bubble. At the same time, Bai Ji cast Raging Flames. The two of them combined their attacks to defeat the monster. The forest suddenly shook. An evil aura emanated from deep within the forest. Su Mu Mu asked, "What is this?" Bai Ji warned, "Everyone, be careful." Lin Yi was on alert. "Watch out! The first boss is here." An armored monster appeared. Level 13. Strength 27, Constitution 22, Intelligence 15, Spirit 18, Agility 20. Platinum Potential. Skills: Knight's Assault, Spear of Light, Protect, Holy Lion's Light Barrier. Lin Yi cast Reverse Holy Spell, Fall to Hell. Su Mu Mu wondered, is it dead? Lin Yi frowned and replied, no, not yet. Pay attention to its position to chip away at its health. I've added a bleeding damage overtime effect. The White Spirit Knight lost half its health bar. It charged forward to attack. Su Mu Mu cast Life Copying Tears, Poison Bubble. Bai Ji cast Flowing Fire Slash. The two attacked at the same time, and the White Spirit Knight's health continuously dropped. System notification: White Spirit Knight is poisoned and taking continuous damage. Bleeding debuff applied. The White Spirit Knight suddenly healed. System displayed: Knight skill, Holy Light, health plus 2000. All personal attributes increased. Knight skill, Protect. Personal physical defense and magic defense increased by 40%. Su Mu Mu said in surprise, is this the White Spirit Knight's fixed skill? When its health drops to 14%, it enters this invincible state. Bai Ji panted and said, the first boss is already this challenging. Lin Yi used a cleansing spell on Su Mu Mu and said, this was the knight's personal skill before it became an undead spirit. I'll go kite it. You too, be careful not to draw its aggro. Lin Yi shouted to attract the monster, over here, White Spirit Knight. He thought to himself, it's hard to hide in this position, but the line of sight is clear and the distance is perfect. If it were a professional knight, it would definitely use a ranged attack, like a spear throw. Just as Lin Yi predicted, the White Spirit Knight prepared to throw its spear. System displayed: Knight skill, Lion's Barrier. Adds a protective barrier to oneself, blocking 300 physical damage and 300 magic damage. The White Spirit Knight used a knight skill, Flying Spear of Light. The spear flew straight towards Lin Yi. However, he was completely unharmed, using Reverse Heaven and Earth, HP plus 1000, attack power greatly increased, defense power greatly increased, movement speed greatly increased. The White Spirit Knight was surprised. Lin Yi slashed through the White Spirit Knight, simultaneously using the reversed healing art, Plunder. He wondered, ranged attacks won't work. What's next? I guess it will use a charge-type skill, retrieve its weapon, and switch to melee combat. The White Spirit Knight gathered its spirit energy and used the knight's charge skill. Lin Yi used the flash item skill. The two sides clashed head-on. Lin Yi executed the reversed purification art and the silence art. System announcement: after equipping the Toadstone, all attributes increase by 20 points. Gained active skill, Flash, blink a distance of 10 meters in a designated direction. Lin Yi smiled, too bad you've walked right into my plan. The White Spirit Knight froze. Lin Yi continuously unleashed his attacks. The White Spirit Knight's HP dropped sharply. Lin Yi thought to himself, a good opportunity. After its charge, it's vulnerable. Its Holy Light skill has consumed a lot of mana. Now it can only fight bare-handed, which is a waste of its explosive attack speed. System announcement: HP has reached the limit. HP has reached the limit. The White Spirit Knight's Holy Light skill has ended. The Protection skill has ended. The Lion's Barrier skill has ended. The White Spirit Knight fled. Su Mu used a giant chain to hold the White Spirit Knight. She said, trying to run now. It's too late. Lin Yi rushed over and said, just in time, the cooldown is over. He used the reverse divine healing art, Calamity Descent. A powerful blow landed. Reversed, wondrous stars, fall to heaven and hell. System announcement: killed the White Spirit Knight, received 6,800 experience points. Lin Yi leveled up to 9. Su Mu leveled up to 7. Baiji leveled up to 6. Baiji exclaimed, as expected of a catastrophe-level dungeon, even the first boss is this difficult. Su Mu looked at Lin Yi and thought, if it weren't for Lin Yi's skill that grants us damage immunity, with our current skills, it would be very difficult to pass even with diamond-grade equipment. Lin Yi spoke up, the second boss, according to the strategy guide. We should be able to reach its mountain by following the signposts. He thought, it's just strange, why didn't I see any signposts when I came in? Suddenly, something wrapped tightly around the three of them. Lin Yi realized, so that's how it is. It's probably a special teleportation method for a resource-rich dungeon. Everyone fell into a deep pit. Lin Yi reminded the two girls, remember to roll when you land, or the dungeon will register it as fall damage. Lin Yi used his power to create a shadow cushion for the two girls. He looked around and said, are we finally going to meet the legendary teacher? Suddenly, someone attacked Lin Yi with a moonlight thrust. He shouted, be careful. Su Mu yelled, Lin Yi. Baiji exclaimed, boss. System display, name, Dark Cursed Knight. Level, 15. Stats, Strength 40, Constitution, Intelligence, Spirit 50, Agility 40. Potential, Diamond. Skills, Rising Dragon Slash, Moonlight Thrust, Triple Slash, Moonlight Sword Chi, Release Dark Curse, Enchantment Art. Special Introduction, an unknown, mysterious creature that appeared here for some reason. Lin Yi was impaled by the Dark Cursed Knight's spear. He said, teacher, I've heard so much about you. Lin Yi broke out in a cold sweat. No wonder it's a ceiling-level combat power boss. It can attack professionals directly without even showing itself. Should I use Reverse Heaven and Earth? If I can't dodge its attack, wouldn't that be a disaster? The Dark Cursed Knight pulled its spear from Lin Yi's body. System announcement, Dark Curse Enchantment. When entering a combat state, you will automatically enchant your own weapon. The enchanted weapon will deal magic damage on attack. Releasing the dark curse greatly increases all of your own attributes. The dark cursed knight swung its sword. That's Moonlight Sword Shadow, an unavoidable directional attack that affects professionals with high HP and hits the weaker ones in the back. Lin Yi exclaimed, so fast. Then he shouted, Moo Moo, Bai Ji, no need to dodge, just take the hit directly. Bai Ji charged forward. She clashed head-on with the dark cursed knight, causing their sword auras to collide. Bai Ji was knocked back. She coughed up blood and thought, so powerful. It feels like my hands have been shattered. Su Mu Mu ran over, calling, Bai Ji. Su Mu Mu's HP decreased by 465, Bai Ji's HP decreased by 497. Su Mu Mu looked at the dark cursed knight and thought, the Moonlight Sword Chi isn't even teacher's strongest skill. The dark cursed knight's spirit aura automatically condensed. Su Mu Mu looked at Bai Ji in her arms and thought, and this is just the damage from the sword auras clashing. It's a good thing I prepared enough potions beforehand. We can't have Lin Yi switch to his original priest skills to heal us now. Meanwhile, Lin Yi used Wondrous Stars, Fall to Heaven and Hell to deal with the monster. He unleashed the divine healing art, Calamity Descent, a massive power crashing straight down. Not only that, Lin Yi also used the healing art and plunder art. The dark cursed knight's health bar dropped. Su Mu Mu's eyes widened in surprise. Even with 3 of Lin Yi's powerful ultimate skills, it only chipped off 13% of teacher's health. And all our equipment is brand new. Su Mu Mu immediately cast 2 skills, the Poison Element skill Poison Cannon, and the Ice Element skill Ice Thorn. The dark cursed knight was frozen and simultaneously received countless slashes. However, its health bar remained unchanged. Lin Yi thought as he ran, here it comes again. He leaped high into the air and then slashed down. The dark cursed knight used Rising Dragon Slash. Lin Yi's HP, minus 157. It continued with triple slash, recovering its HP. The dark cursed knight looked at Lin Yi, targeting his neck, his critical weak spot. The dark cursed knight delivered a fatal horizontal slash. Su Mu Mu and Bai Ji were horrified. Lin Yi touched his neck to heal it. He sighed in relief. HP, plus 888. As Lin Yi healed, he said, the teacher's strength really can't be underestimated. He reflected, I need to be more focused. Lin Yi shouted, Plunder Art. The system announced, the dark cursed knight's aggro towards Priest Lin Yi is at 100%. Lin Yi said to Su Mu Mu, let's stick to the plan. Su Mu Mu replied, okay. Lin Yi shouted Plunder Art, using it to lure the dark cursed knight as he thought. My plan was to draw all its aggro in this direction to prevent it from attacking Mu Mu and Bai Ji. No matter how tanky it is, we can gradually chip away at its health. The 3 of them attacked simultaneously. Lin Yi thought, after all, this is a talent for turning the tides. This is the way to counter the boss damage. He chuckled to himself, even if it's catastrophe level, its HP and defense stats have been greatly improved, but for us, it just means it'll take a little more time. System announcement, aggro has shifted. The dark cursed knight turned towards Bai Ji, who was hiding behind a tree. Lin Yi cast reverse. Divine Healing Art, Calamity Descent. The dark cursed knight's HP, minus 977. Its health bar dropped significantly. Lin Yi called out, hey, teacher, remember that your opponent is me. He taunted the dark cursed knight, he'll stand in front of my teammates to make all your ranged attacks useless. As soon as Lin Yi finished speaking, he launched a fatal blow, reversed, Wondrous Stars, Fall to Heaven and Hell. Lin Yi shouted, time to die. The dark cursed knight fell to its knees. It gradually faded away. Lin Yi was surprised, this is System announcement: defeated the surrendered Dark Cursed Knight, received 9,300 experience points. The Dark Cursed Knight has permanently vanished from the Forest of the Lost Giant dungeon. Under your influence, the Catastrophe level Forest of the Lost Giant has been downgraded to Nightmare level. The Nightmare level Forest of the Lost Giant has been downgraded to Hard. System continues: completed the final mission of the Forest of the Lost Giant and defeated the hidden boss, the Dark Cursed Knight, without taking any damage. Received reward: summon Dark Cursed Knight. Summon a level 15 gold grade Dark Cursed Knight to fight for you. Usable up to level 20. Duration: 1 hour. Cooldown: 1 day. Baiji asked with an admiring expression, "Boss, you actually defeated the teacher. And now you can even summon him to clear dungeons and reduce the dungeon's difficulty." Lin Yi patted Baiji's head and replied, "That's right, this is the fruit of our labor." He thought to himself, it's just as I predicted. A boss like the teacher that hasn't been defeated for a long time. Once killed by a player, especially a flawless victory, plus the luck buff and stacked buffs, the rewards will be unbelievably generous. Su Mu Mu shouted, "Look, the system notifications aren't over yet. Unless there's something even more amazing." A golden light appeared. System announcement: received qualification for the Catastrophe level dungeon, the Forgotten Lair. Congratulations, player, for meeting the requirements for the Catastrophe level dungeon, the Forgotten Lair. The Observer of Original Sin who guards the lair will open the Great Gate for you. Lin Yi took the key. Su Mu Mu was extremely shocked. Lin Yi said, "Did you forget? I told you before, the teacher holds the qualification to enter the Forgotten Lair dungeon." He said with some concern, completing the hidden quest and getting the qualification changed the dungeon's landscape. I wonder if it will affect other people. Su Mu Mu wondered, is there a problem? This is helping others. People won't have to worry about being taught a lesson by the teacher anymore. To a large extent, it prevents them from giving up on the final exam, allowing them to step onto the path of becoming professionals. Lin Yi replied, "Yes, I was thinking that perhaps they will now lack some of the necessary training to become professionals. Let's not think about it anymore. Let's go find the final boss." Lin Yi's group followed the key's guidance. They had already defeated 2 bosses and were now heading to the final boss. Lin Yi said, "All that's left is the giant of the final depths deep in the forest." He thought to himself, the setup of the Forest of the Lost Giant is particularly strange. The second boss, the Dark Cursed Knight, is actually the strongest one in the dungeon. Although the final boss looks like Godzilla and has world-destroying, telegraphed moves, it's actually an idiot. System displayed information: name, Giant of the Final Depths. Level, 15. Strength, 25, Constitution, 30, Intelligence, 10, Spirit, 15, Agility, 10. Potential, Gold. Skills, Giant Bombardment, Giant Thrusting Fist. Special introduction: a mysterious, riddle-like creature has appeared here out of nowhere. Baiji said in a nervous tone, "Big boss, we have to attack the hoof on its left leg, right?" Lin Yi replied, Don't be nervous. This thing is slow, and its swaying is obvious." The giant monster appeared. Lin Yi said, "Force its left leg inwards. It can only try to stomp straight down on you." After hearing this, Baiji replied, Okay, it'll go first then." Lin Yi stopped her, "Hey, wait a moment." He continued, "I didn't say we'd use the same method this time. How about we let Uncle Teacher do the work for us?" Lin Yi used the skill to summon the Dark Cursed Knight. Level 15 Dark Cursed Knight. Its power was no less than when it was a boss. Lin Yi commanded, "Go, Uncle Teacher." The Dark Cursed Knight charged forward. It used the Moonlight Pierce skill to attack. Next, the Dark Cursed Knight spun around and used Giant's Barrage. The giant's health bar started to drop. The Dark Cursed Knight found an opening. It immediately executed Rising Dragon Slash, Moonlight Sword Chi, and Triple Slash. Lin Yi shouted, "Moo Moo, use your ultimate." Bai Ji, just give us your enhancement skill. Bai Ji replied. Okay. She used Great Swordsman's encouragement, increasing the whole party's attack and critical hit chance. Bai Ji unleashed Flame Sword Chi. Su Mu unleashed Power of Imitation, Venom Chant. Lin Yi unleashed his power. He said, "Let's end this directly. Fall into hell." Instant kill. A strike of immense power was unleashed. System notification, killed the hidden boss, Giant of the Twin Peaks. Received 8,000 experience points. Lin Yi leveled up to level 10, Su Mu leveled up to level 8, Bai Ji leveled up to level 7. Everyone leveled up at the same time. Su Mu exclaimed in admiration, "Lin Yi, you're level 10 already." System notification continued, by judgment, the challenger has completed all hidden conditions. Dungeon rating increased to C rank. C. Received double experience. Lin Yi leveled up to level 11. Su Mu leveled up to level 9, Bai Ji leveled up to level 8. Bai Ji said excitedly, leveling up twice in a row. I've never heard of such a thing. A reward chest appeared. Dungeon Forest of the Lost Giant reward calculation starting. Affected by a special ability. Gaze of the Goddess of Luck. Clearance treasure chest upgraded to diamond grade. All hidden conditions completed. Rating increased to SSS rank. Affected by the special ability, Gaze of the Goddess of Luck, received 1 platinum treasure chest. Open treasure chest. Yes/no. Su Mu hugged Bai Ji and said, "Wow, little Bai, your ability is like the embodiment of a gacha king, a koi incarnate." Lin Yi added, "This is exactly why I added her to the team." The rewards in the chest appeared. Opening the diamond treasure chest, received diamond grade skill Azure Sea Tidal Surge, received diamond grade equipment Heart of the Giant. Each person receives 15 free attribute points and 1 earth-shattering mark. Opening the platinum treasure chest, each person receives 15 free attribute points. Received platinum grade equipment White Spirit Knight's reverse scale armor. Received platinum grade equipment White Spirit Knight's long spear. Received item Marrow Shattering Ash. System descriptions, Heart of the Giant, type, accessory. All stats plus 15. Active skill, Giant Strength, gain super armor for 5 seconds after activation. Marrow Shattering Ash, increases a weapon's armor penetration. Increases a weapon's physical attack. Earth Shattering Mark, adds lightning elemental magic damage to a weapon. White Spirit Knight's reverse scale armor, set, armor limited to the Knight class. Increases strength and constitution. Reduces wearer's speed. Activating the full set grants a unique special effect. White Spirit Knight's long spear, set, long spear limited to the Knight class. Increases strength and comes with the Holy Light Spearhead effect. The Holy Light Spearhead skill level is increased by 2. Activating the full set grants a unique special effect. Azure Sea Tidal Surge, Priest exclusive skill. Restores the HP of all allies within range and randomly dispels 2 debuffs. Lin Yi noticed, this skill isn't bad. He tried using the skill. Reversed, Azure Sea Tidal Surge, Undead Sea of Corpses, Level 1. Summons a death tide that sweeps the area, dealing 500 base damage to all enemies within range, not including stat and equipment bonuses. Simultaneously applies 2 random debuffs. Lin Yi mused, it seems my reversal talent doesn't just turn a beneficial skill into a hostile one. It's like a boss control skill. For example, the White Spirit Knight's charge is a stun and self-slow control skill. He recalled, but after reversing it, it becomes a self-cleanse that also increases speed. In that case, after Azure Sea Tidal Surge was converted into a damage skill, its original effect of dispelling our debuffs became applying debuffs to the enemy. Lin Yi thought, but since it's random, its properties are unpredictable. It could be a stat reduction, a healing reduction, or even a control effect like a stun. Lin Yi held out his hands and learned the Azure Sea Tidal Surge skill. He thought to himself, this is a reminder to myself. In the future, I should focus on learning Dispel-type skills to build a control-based playstyle. As Lin Yi formed a magic orb, he thought, besides, the description of Reverse Heaven and Earth is very clear. If the talent reaches a high level, it can even change the fundamental nature of a skill. The final interpretation belongs to the talent itself. It will reverse things however it wants. Lin Yi said to the two girls, well, sort out and divide the other items when we get out. Uncle Teacher has disappeared. I still have to tell the people at the academy and Shangguan Yan about the dungeon's difficulty being lowered. Lin Yi's expression turned serious. This will probably cause another huge commotion. The next day, in the principal's office, the principal exclaimed, "What? Lin Yi killed the dark cursed knight in the forest of the lost giant?" He couldn't seem to believe his ears. I didn't mishear, did I? You mean the catastrophe-level forest of the lost giant? After a catastrophe-level dungeon reaches an SSS rating, the system prompts that the final mission is complete, and the difficulty of the forest of the lost giant will be directly reduced by 1 tier. Shangguan Yan replied, correct. After Lin Yi left the dungeon, he contacted me. The Alliance has confirmed it. It's indeed true. The principal asked, the certificate for the Forgotten Lair. Shangguan Yan nodded and said, he got it. You must know that currently, only 73 people have ever attempted the Forgotten Lair. He listed, among them, 24 died, and all the rest chose to give up. Not a single person has cleared it, not even getting halfway through. Shangguan Yan frowned, recalling, none of them could challenge it a second time. It's not that they didn't want to, but they couldn't get a second qualification certificate or they had already passed the level limit. Huang Tianqi patted Shangguan Yan's shoulder and said, he has to wait until he's capped at level 15 and enter before he hits level 16. For such a talented professional, the Alliance will do its utmost to provide maximum support. However, after entering the dungeon, he'll still have to rely on himself. The principal sighed in relief, that's great, that's great. I and all the students of the academy owe him our thanks. He stood up and declared, a commendation ceremony must be held. I previously mentioned in a meeting that we should just seal this dungeon permanently, but everyone objected. Huang Tianqi shook his head and replied, an army's strength lies in its quality, not its quantity. Students who don't dare to face difficulties should rightfully be eliminated. The Alliance won't raise useless individuals who aren't fit to be professionals. The principal blamed himself, I was just sighing. The dark cursed knight has driven quite a few students away from our academy. Shangguan Yan, fanning himself, said, that's not exactly the right way to put it. Suddenly, there was a loud noise. Su Mu entered, holding out her phone and said, excuse me, principal. Sorry to interrupt. Lin Yi's squad and I have run into some trouble. She held up her phone and recounted angrily, it hasn't even been 24 hours since we left the dungeon and reported the situation to the Alliance. And this news is already on the professional forums. The post was displayed, analyzing Lin Yi bit by bit, is he a fallen one or does he have a demonic talent? Su Mu continued angrily, many people are pointing fingers at Lin Yi's attributes. Not only his stat allocation, but they're also saying his plan to allocate stats and sell strategies and equipment is corrupt. Some people are even maliciously analyzing secretly recorded videos of him, saying his talent is illogical and unrealistic. They think his talent is demonic, that he's made a deal with a demon. Su Mu, burning with anger, said, if Lin Yi is the most outstanding student of the professional academy, a future professional whom the academy has high hopes for, everyone should know Lin Yi's character and strength. He is the pride of our academy. Su Mu pleaded, please do something for Lin Yi. The principal spoke up. Student Su Mu, we understand how you feel. Shangguan Yen opened the system and said, "I'll check immediately." A series of malicious comments appeared. One person commented that they were a level 35 high-ranking alliance member, a graduate from the top professional academy in the capital, and offered the following proof. Please see my analysis below. This Lin Yi is a fallen one. People below chimed in with comments. What mystical talent! What heaven-sent genius! It's all fake. A priest professional from Jiangqing with such a talent is unheard of. Not to mention that kind of explosive damage. He's decked out in diamond-grade gear. And he still won't admit the videos are of him. This is the guy who made a deal with a demon. I have connections. His teacher is a friend of my dad. Many people at their academy are actually suspicious. Those videos are all staged. Real or fake, who knows? I'd rather believe he made a deal with a demon. Humph, now I'm certain this is a scam. A scammer is slightly better than a fallen one, I guess. I just hope the professional alliance can investigate and handle this strictly. He should be punished severely, not covered for. Huan Tianqi and Shangguan Yen read a series of comments. We invite Lin Yi to come out and prove himself. Otherwise, we have reason to be suspicious and revoke the fallen one's qualification for the professional exam. But, Lin Yi is clearly still just a student. Your presumption of guilt is a bit much. How can he be a fallen one? You people build him up as a god one moment, then tear him down the next. It's truly pathetic. This question is ridiculous. You've been brainwashed by the hype. People with a brain to question things are different. Let's just wait and see how this plays out. The principal said to Sumu, Student Su, you and I will go verify the situation with this supposed teacher. Huang Tianqi said, annoyed, it's hard to say if this teacher even exists. Shangguan Yen realized, this was clearly fabricated by an outsider who doesn't know the inner workings of the alliance. I suggest that the alliance, the school, and the Huang family issue a joint statement, but that level of intensity alone won't be enough. Lin Yi walked in and suggested, everyone, I request to undergo the demonic energy test. Shangguan Yen exclaimed, Lin Yi. Scene change. Huan Tianqi and Shangguan Yen appeared in a news report, explaining the situation. The three-party alliance's denial of the rumors had a certain impact. And the so-called news from inside the school, in reality, no such person existed. The source of the rumor has also confessed to fabricating it. As for the matter of Lin Yi dealing with demons, the screen showed that the rumormonger had been arrested. Huan Tianqi stamped the confirmation seal. At the alliance base, reporters swarmed like ants outside. A series of questions were thrown out. Lin Yi, can you tell us why you need to undergo the demonic energy test? Lin Yi, does your talent have any connection to demons? Excuse me, can the alliance's credibility be guaranteed? How do we know the machine hasn't been tampered with? Lin Yi, you are a role model for our academy. You can't be defeated by this. Wow, Lin Yi really came. I heard he requested the demonic energy test himself. Humph, the alliance's internal affairs are murky. Well, just watch for fun. Lin Yi glanced at the crowd below. The reporters fell silent for a moment, worried. No one dared to say a word. Lin Yi said sarcastically, you shouldn't be reporters if you're this timid. Students from the academy confronted the reporters, shouting, why are you quiet now? Weren't you just questioning the alliance? Doesn't the world revolve around you? Oh, the live broadcast has started, look. Stop talking nonsense with him. At the demonic energy detection site, a drone was broadcasting live from the sky. The instructor said, please step inside the formation and wait for the test. Lin Yi took off his shirt and replied. Okay. Light enveloped Lin Yi. The system display appeared, beginning demonic energy contamination test. Checking, 5%. The instructor started to say something, that is, then said, actually, you don't need to do this. Some people just can't stand seeing others excel. The person affirmed, most professionals believe in your strength. Lin Yi replied, actually, I just find this very interesting. The formations check reached 15%. He continued, I don't really care what those people say. I just don't want the people who trust me to worry too much. The other person nodded and replied, I understand. Lin Yi's test was at 50%. The instructor said, we hope you get a good result. Otherwise, we'll have to arrest you on the spot. Lin Yi replied, okay. He closed his eyes and focused. 85% complete. Everyone was extremely tense. System notification, 100%. Test complete. Demonic energy contamination value is 0%. No pacts with evil demons detected. The instructor was delighted, excellent. I'll print the report for you right away. Outside, the main screen displayed the test results. The reporters were dumbfounded. What? Not a single trace of demonic energy. How is this possible? Comments exploded. What about all those who just assumed he was evil? Why aren't you jumping to conclusions now? Oh my God, a professional can have such immense power without making a deal with demons? What's his talent? Yeah, I'm getting curious too. Could he be a heaven-sent prodigy? Everyone at the scene cheered. God Yi is the best. God Yi is invincible. Lin Yi announced via the drone camera, I will now publish my attribute points and level. If there are any objections, you can come find me for a one-on-one or a group fight. Whatever you want. Meanwhile, Huang Xiaofeng saw the news. He angrily threw his phone and shouted. Damn it, how can this be true? That Lin Yi guy is so unorthodox, he must have been bewitched by a demon and used some trick to get through. He jumped through the window, fuming, and said, no, this young master must go warn him. Huang Xiaofeng sneakily followed Lin Yi. Lin Yi calmly carried a bag of things. He had bought snacks for Su Mumu and Bai Qi. Huang Xiaofeng thought to himself, poor people's food, milk tea, junk food. That dog Lin has really fallen, indulging himself like this. Humph. He suddenly lost track of Lin Yi. Huh? Where did he go? Lin Yi kicked Huang Xiaofeng right in the butt from behind and asked, so you've broken out of jail? Huang Xiaofeng yelled, damn it, so sneaky. Lin Yi replied, the stalker is still more dangerous. Huang Xiaofeng pointed at Lin Yi and shouted, hey, don't be ungrateful. I came here specifically to warn you. He whispered, you've met them too, right? Those trashy evil demons or whatever. Lin Yi replied, no. He recalled encountering some evildoers in the dungeon, however. Huang Xiaofeng shouted, stop acting tough. This young master let you in by a fluke, and then that bug from the abyss came looking for me. A word of advice, quickly report this to the Alliance and accept their investigation. Cooperate with them to track down the demons. Lin Yi said suspiciously, oh, so you're saying the abyss demons took a liking to you, and not only did you resist their temptation, you also actively reported yourself. Huang Xiaofeng said smugly, humph, a bunch of pathetic rats who don't even dare to show up in the human world, yet they dream of making this young master submit. Huang Xiaofeng laughed arrogantly. I, Huang Xiaofeng, was born to be the protagonist. The best in money, the best in looks, and the best in strength. Why would I need those lowly trash to prove myself? Lin Yi was speechless, thinking, the only thing you're best in is being a spoiled brat. He pondered, but then again. Although this guy's personality and discipline need a complete overhaul. The fact that he resisted the demon's temptation does make one see him in a different light. Lin Yi turned to leave, not forgetting to say, I despise the abyss demons just like you do. But the talent I possess is something they can never reach. This point you should understand very well. Huang Xiaofeng pointed furiously and said, "What do you mean, dog Lin? Wait for this young master. I don't believe you anyway. I'm going to report this." Lin Yi sighed, I should just contact Huang Tianqi and have him lock this guy up again. That would be great. Lin Yi's phone vibrated. He made a sound. He then took out his phone. He had a message in his Jiangqing Academy No. 1 Godyi support group. A user named Long Live Godyi messaged, Lin Yi. Godyi. Godyi. We've caught the slanderer. This guy also profiteered from the strategy guides you released. Lin Yi messaged, who? The other person replied. Chao Yuan, from our class. He took the strategy guide you released, modified it a bit, and sold it for profit, while also slandering you. He asked, is there proof? The person messaged, yes. He made a small group to slander you. He added my older brother, who took screenshots for me. Lin Yi recorded a voice message, from now on, blacklist this person. Just make sure no guides or equipment are circulated to him. As for the rumor mongering, everyone can take screenshots of the evidence and send them to me. I will make an announcement on the Professional Alliance forum. The user Long Live Godyi asked, Godyi, but the brothers are angry and want to teach him a harsh lesson. Can we? Lin Yi messaged back, the professional exam isn't far off. There's no need to ruin your future over a petty person. For a future professional, the best punishment is being unable to obtain free attribute points. He continued, if you all catch Chao Yuan, I can give you all an exclusive guide that isn't for sale. The other person was surprised. Huh? A real, exclusive guide? Lin Yi replied, of course. You can ask for a guide for any dungeon you want. Another person messaged. Ah, really? Lin Yi messaged. Not only that, if you see anyone else like Chao Yuan, report them, and they'll have even more guide-related benefits for everyone. Another person messaged enviously, Sob, when can I be as amazing as you, just putting out guides so easily? Lin Yi continued, oh right, a little preview, the Cheese Strategy Guide for the Land of Skeletons will be out soon. Everyone, check out the preview. Everyone quickly went to preview the Cheese Strategy for the Land of Skeletons. Then they commented, maintain 100% health, use Holy Sword to clear it. What the heck, Godyi? This is just too ridiculous. Brother Lin, you'll always be my big brother. Please don't hold back, hit me with all the guide rewards you've got. Lin Yi messaged in the group, but I need you all to spread the word to the many students who bought Chao Yuan's cheap, pirated versions. They have infringed on my rights. From today onward, anyone who buys or distributes pirated copies will never get any of the guides I publish in the future. In the group, the three messaged, understood, Godyi. Fight piracy. Fight the smugglers. We're on it. Everyone read the announcement message, from today on, delete all pirated versions of Lin Chicken's guides. Anyone caught pirating again will be blacklisted and will not receive any guides in the future. Anyone who covers for them will be considered an accomplice and will be blocked in the same way. Some people who read the announcement immediately reacted harshly, on what grounds? We can't even try to save a little alliance currency. Yeah, if you ask me, Chao Yuan is a good guy. The announcement continued, these guides were all painstakingly created by Lin Yi himself. Chao Yuan is just a smuggler. You guys want SSS grade clear rewards for the lowest price. Isn't that unreasonable? Did you expect Lin Yi to work for you for free? The other group retorted, if you want let us use it, then fine. How many more guides can this tyrant make anyway? I think it's all just hype. Someone messaged, Land of Skeletons Guide, maintain 100% health with Holy Sword. We already have a trial version. The forum exploded, what? I want it. Help, me too. I've been dying for this. I don't believe it. User has left the group chat. This ID, well, ban it forever. Look up his identity and ban his other accounts too. No problem. I've also banned him. How do I get into God Yes Inner Circle group? I want to join too. I'm deleting the pirated versions right now. Support the original, support God Ye. Lin Yes phone buzzed non-stop. He calmly carried his bag upstairs. In his group, people were discussing, besides the Land of Skeletons, there are other dungeon guides that are constantly updated. You can even discuss them with the great god himself. No joke, I'm here. I'd go through a mountain of swords and a sea of fire for the big boss, just for one guide. I want to join Lin Yes fan group too. We are a proper strategy group. Whatever, I'm a simp for the strong. I'm brother Lin's diehard fan. Lin Yes group gained 999 plus new members. He wondered, why so many people all of a sudden? Lin Yi sighed. But, when counterattacking a petty person, it's true that hitting them where it hurts and striking a nerve is often more effective than using your fists. This way, I can stabilize my money-making path and not have to worry about malicious competition affecting my source of income. Lin Yi opened the system. He said, in that case, let's sort out the current data and equipment. The system displayed, Lin Yi, profession, priest, level, 11. Strength, constitution, intelligence, spirit, and agility all have points added. Equipment, Demon Emperor's set, 4 pieces, Gale shoes, Flash Fall stone, Emerald ring. Awakened talent, Reverse heaven and earth, level 2. Single target skill, Healing plunder. Support skills, Obscurity art, Umbral forbidden art. Group skills, Divine healing, Calamity descends, All-star radiance, Tide of falling into hell, Sea of the undead. Lin Yi noticed a red exclamation mark on the screen. He let out a huh. And then pressed it. The system displayed, Reverse heaven and earth, level 2. Reverses self-enhancements and all skills used on oneself. Can be freely toggled on and off. At higher levels, it can even change the nature of skills. Current effect conversion, healing becomes damage, damage becomes healing. Buffs become debuffs, debuffs become buffs. Applies to both allies and enemies. Current enhancement effect, reduces stamina consumption by 10% and reduces cooldown time by 10%. Upgrade condition, reach personal level 20. Kill 10,000 dungeon or secret realm creatures using reversed skills. Lin Yi thought, this is leaning towards unlimited firepower. But I can put off upgrading until after the professional exam. He stroked his chin, after breaking through to level 10, with the bonuses, my intelligence is nearly 150. The next goal is to get my base intelligence to 150, then slightly raise my spirit and constitution, and finally consider strength. Even so, my stats are already top tier among students. Lin Yi messaged someone, Zhao Kaihuang. I am Lin Yi. Zhao Kaihuang asked, Brother Lin, what do you need me for? Lin Yi messaged, I want to buy gold-grade priest equipment, superior or higher, including weapons, shoes, necklaces, and jade pendants. I'll send you the specific requirements. Zhao Kaihuang messaged, Brother Lin, gold grade is easy. But if you want superior, it'll be troublesome. Lin Yi replied, it's fine, gold grade will do. Zhao Kaihuang messaged, alright, wait for me to send you the items. 10 minutes later, Zhao Kaihuang sent a list. Brother Lin, take your pick from these. I've attached the attribute charts, pros, cons, and prices for each. Zhao Kaihuang listed a series, summary of filtered weapon attributes. Summary chart of filtered shoe content. Chart of filtered jade pendant attributes. Summary chart of filtered necklace attributes. Lin Yi thought, the stats on these gold grade weapons and shoes are just okay, not suitable. He messaged back, I want the priest weapon, the scepter of healing. The bone necklace and the white feather jade pendant. The shoes are no longer suitable. Zhao Kaihuang replied, alright, I'll remove them then. The total is 350,000. Lin Yi replied, no problem. He remembered, oh, by the way, I also need some forging stones to upgrade a few pieces of equipment to level 10. Zhao Kaihuang was surprised, huh? You want them right now? The price might be. Lin Yi found it a bit difficult to explain. I can't just tell him I want to challenge the land of death. As if realizing he had overstepped, Zhao Kaihuang immediately messaged, sorry, brother Lin, I was being nosy. I'll get on it right away. The price of the forging materials plus the previous equipment came to a total of nearly 2,400,000 alliance coins. Lin Yi immediately paid the 2,400,000 alliance coins, then received the items, the bone necklace, the white feather jade pendant, and the precision healing scepter. Lin Yi commanded, begin refinement. Lin Yi refined the items. System notification, forging successful. The 4-piece Demon Emperor's magnificent set has been forged to level 10. The precision healing scepter has been forged to level 10. The bone necklace has been forged to level 10. The white feather jade pendant has been forged to level 10. Forged equipment has increased attributes. Lin Yi was satisfied. This will do for now. He recalled the scenes in the dungeon. This level of equipment for an SSS rank clear of the entire land of death should be enough. After all, in a dungeon like the land of death, the drops can only be good, not bad. Suddenly, there was a sound in the house. Lin Yi turned around alertly and let out a huh. He went out to check and saw Su Mu, calling out, Mu Mu. Su Mu had just finished showering and turned around, wrapped only in a bath towel. Hearing Lin Yi's voice, Su Mu blushed and was startled. She frantically tried to cover herself, saying shyly, why didn't you make any sound when you came home? I used the bathroom in your room, you don't mind, do you? The hot water in my room is broken. Lin Yi blushed and scratched his head, replying, it's okay. Do you need me to take a look? Su Mu immediately replied, no, no need. Oh, right, do you have time now? I want to talk to you. Lin Yi pointed at himself. Huh? Me? Sure. But you should dry your hair and get dressed first, or you'll catch a cold. Su Mu nodded, She hurried off. Then wait for me a bit, just a few minutes. Lin Yi replied, 5 minutes later, Su Mu was neatly dressed. She sat on the sofa with Lin Yi. Lin Yi asked, go ahead. What's up? Why are you being so formal? Su Mu then said, I wanted to say that Bai Ji complained to me before that she doesn't really like the greatsword class. It's like she still hasn't gotten used to it. Even though she has upgraded her equipment, soloing dungeons is still a bit difficult. Hearing this, Lin Yi said, oh, is that so? She never made any requests to me. Besides, I see her wielding her greatsword quite effortlessly. It might be a little troublesome, but it's still manageable. If we can find a hero's proof to change classes, she can choose a better class. I'll ask Huang Tianqi about it one of these days, see if he has a way. Or not. But Bai Ji needs to decide for herself if she really wants to change classes. Su Mu immediately stood up and said anxiously, oh, that's great. I'm relieved then. Then I'll head back now. Lin Yi narrowed his eyes at her. Stay put. He frowned, as if realizing Su Mu's intention. You must have something else to say, it's not just about Bai Ji. Su Mu hesitated, Lin Yi emphasized, I'm asking about your issue. Seeing through her, Su Mu bristled and said, yes, yes. I was seen through by this arrogant guy. Well, you're not allowed to laugh at me after you hear it. Lin Yi chuckled to himself and replied, "Oh, definitely." Su Mu said loudly, "You are not allowed to laugh at me." With a somewhat sad expression, Su Mu said, "Lin Yi, you're already level 11, right? Have you noticed? Since awakening our talents, the distance between us seems to be getting wider and wider." Lin Yi wondered, "Huh? Is that so?" Su Mu thought sadly, "I knew it." She recounted, "From childhood until now, we've almost always played together. I thought that even after awakening our talents, we would definitely be the best partners, with the greatest tacit understanding and the most mutual trust. But you don't seem to need me. You can rely on your own abilities alone. You can get hidden level rewards and become the center of attention. As for me, I just follow your orders, completing some minor tasks that you could easily solve yourself." With tears welling up in her eyes, Su Mu continued, "I'm happy for you too, but the gap between us is getting bigger and bigger. When clearing dungeons, I gradually feel that I'm actually a hindrance, that I can't become a pillar of the team." Lin Yi patted Su Mu's head and comforted her, "Mumu, you're overthinking things." Su Mu replied, "You idiot, it's because you don't know at all. You don't know what it feels like to chase after someone, trying to keep up with their pace, only to feel more and more helpless. I don't want to keep relying on you anymore." Hearing this, Lin Yi said, "If that's the case, then from today onwards, you must be more disciplined. Snacks and late-night meals are cancelled starting today. Whenever we're not clearing dungeons, you'll go out with me at 5 in the morning to exercise. The goal is to increase your reaction speed." Su Mu's jaw dropped. "But can't you just stack agility points to be fast?" Lin Yi teased, "Do you think you have enough points to spare?" Su Mu cried, "Wah." Lin Yi took out an item and gave it to Su Mu. "Alright, take this." Su Mu asked, "What's this?" "The giant's heart." "For me?" Lin Yi replied, "That's right, it's for you." He added, "This thing is perfect for you to use during this transitional period, plus your clone can double its effects." Lin Yi encouraged her, "Mumu, believe in yourself. Your talent, combined with your class, has limitless potential." Su Mu looked at the item in her hand. She said with determination, "Okay, I'll do it. Starting today, no more snacks." Lin Yi thought to himself, Looks like this girl needs some real incentives to get motivated now that she's grown up." Su Mu took Lin Yi's hand and said, "If that's the case." She summoned little Mumu, pushed Lin Yi down onto the sofa, and said, "Then Teacher Lin, please test the potential of my tears of emulation first." Hearing this, Lin Yi let out a huh. Su Mu listed, back pounding, massages, cooking, cleaning, my clone is proficient in all household chores. The two of them pounced on Lin Yi to give him a full-body service, saying, "You have to enjoy it." Under the assault, Lin Yi could only let out cries of "ack, ack." Inside the room, Su Mu happily walked over to greet her. "Bai Ji, you're here." Lin Yi also spoke gently, "Thanks for your trouble, making you come all this way." Bai Ji asked, confused, "You want to go to the land of death now? Aren't you going to rest for another day?" Just then, a system notification screen suddenly appeared above his head. "You have been affected by an unknown power and received the special buff, Gaze of the Goddess of Luck. The rewards for each dungeon clear will be increased by 1 grade." Lin Yi smiled gently and said, "No need, I've rested. You guys are the ones who need it. Bai Ji and Mumu, go watch a movie. Combining work and rest will double your efficiency." Then, Lin Yi used the stone sword key. Summon Secret Realm, Land of Death. A teleportation gate opened. A strange portal suddenly appeared in midair, and a whirlwind stirred. The screen showed a new notification again. Entering the Secret Realm, Land of Death. Selecting the highest difficulty. Catastrophe level. As soon as he entered, Lin Yi transformed into his priest form. He gave a soft command, "Let's go." Seeing this, Sumu cried out worriedly, catastrophe level. Oh, Lin Yi, you. But by this time, Lin Yi had already fully entered the dungeon. Secret Realm, Land of Death. Level, 15 to 25. Difficulty, catastrophe level. Extremely dangerous. The gap between this and your professional rank is too large. Please proceed with caution. This is a restricted zone for the living, shrouded by death. Any living creature that enters will become food for the army of the undead. Glancing over the information, he breathed a sigh of relief. Luckily, there are no intruders in this dungeon. It doesn't seem as terrifying as I thought. With that thought, Lin Yi used the skill Reverse Heaven and Earth. As soon as the power was used, a series of notifications appeared. The life energy in your body has alerted the Deathwing Dragon. The Puppet Demon King, the Undying Crow Demon, the Giant Corpse Doctor, and the Maiden of Death, they have all awakened. At the same time, a swarm from the Soulless Legion appeared before him. Their skills included Resentful Fire, Wrath of the Undead, and Nether Abyss. The system also concluded, a massive army of awakened undead is now attacking. Accordingly, they stared greedily at Lin Yi and muttered, a living person, delicious. Zombie Riot, the seal has been lifted, and the Holy Crown's crimson flame sword that suppresses this place has appeared. You will temporarily gain unparalleled power. Then, a sharp sword immediately appeared before him. It was the Holy Crown's crimson flame sword. Divine Artifact, rank unknown. When equipped, any attack deals 500% suppressing damage to undead creatures. Gains a 50% anti-healing effect. Attacks are imbued with Holy Flame properties, dealing large-scale Holy Flame damage. Looking at the sword bound by chains, Lin Yi raised an eyebrow and wondered, a holy sword? Isn't this just a lazy plot device? He then came to a conclusion, of course, I can't use it. Just as he finished thinking, a requirements panel appeared before him. The basic and additional requirements to clear the Land of Death are as follows. 1. Survive the onslaught of the undead army. 2. Wait for the Holy Knights to arrive for support. 3. Kill any Secret Realm boss. Achieve any of the above. Special requirements. Kill all Secret Realm bosses, destroy the endlessly spawning undead, and purge all undead creatures from the Land of Death, without using the Holy Crown's Crimson Flame Sword. Within 2 hours, which is before the Holy Knights arrive, complete the first 3 tasks. The 5th task can only be unlocked after completing the first 4. After understanding the information, Lin Yi immediately leaped into the air and shouted, "Reverse the stars." Then, he immediately plunged the scepter in his hand into the ground. Hellfall. The ground suddenly cracked open. The Soulless Legion, scorched by hellfire, screamed, You're not human. How can a human unleash hellfire? It hurts so much. At the same time, all undead in the Legion lost 754 health. A blood-red aura shot out from Lin Yi's scepter and soared into the sky, creating a vortex. He frowned and uttered in a low voice, "Reverse holy healing. Calamity descends." As soon as he finished speaking, a giant bolt of lightning struck the ground, and lines of notifications appeared. All undead legions HP -473, bleed activated -77, wounded per second -1304, the undead legion has been eliminated. Lin Yi raised his eyebrows smugly, just as I expected, after upgrading my equipment and attributes, the healing effect has increased by 90%. These level 15 gold grade undead minions were really cleared in 1 second. I didn't even need the ultimate skill of Azure Sea Tide of Life. However, he raised an eyebrow and then frowned, thinking as he looked at the approaching horde of undead. But, the system showed a warning again. A new undead army has appeared. Please quickly break through the army's blockade, go deeper to kill the boss, and destroy the altar of death. Looking at the blue glowing pill in his hand, Lin Yi smiled triumphantly, recalling how Bai Ji and Su Mumu had stuffed 7,749 types of potions on him. He thought, I really want to thank my two good teammates. The system appeared again to consolidate, using all the following items. Use the excellent speed potion to increase your movement speed for 5 minutes. Use pills made from wind bird eggs to temporarily increase your agility by 50 points for 5 minutes. Use the thunder flute to gain the lightning sword sprint effect for 5 minutes, continuously increasing your movement speed. Use the smoked chicken to temporarily boost your stamina. After absorbing all the supplementary energy, Lin Yi shot forward like a gust of wind. Wherever he passed, the undead legion was scattered and defeated. With absolute power, Lin Yi quickly ran through the undead legion to the altar of death. A brilliant red light flashed in his eyes. Lin Yi roared, "Reverse Azure Sea Tide of Life." As soon as he finished speaking, Lin Yi immediately used Sea of Undead. A blood-red sea quickly submerged the entire undead legion. This skill increases damage by an additional 10%. Looking at the tragic scene of the undead legion, a new notification popped up. Congratulations, all enemies are in a state of soul burn, all enemy attack forces are weakened. All enemies are inflicted with poison debuff, silence debuff, defense reduction, and severe speed reduction. The enemy is stunned. Duration extended. Health points reduced by 1080. The undead army has been eliminated. Seeing that they had been eliminated, Lin Yi lowered his scepter, and the black water quickly receded. After the water receded, it revealed the altar and a giant corpse butcher standing guard in front of it. It didn't take long. All of its information immediately appeared before his eyes. Altar of Death, 10,000 health points, 0 defense and attack power. There are 5 strange buildings in the land of death that continuously summon undead creatures from another world. They are guarded by the 5 bosses of the dungeon. After they are destroyed, the undead creatures in the current area will stop being summoned, but the already summoned undead will not disappear. As for the giant corpse butcher, it is level 15. Strength, constitution, intelligence, spirit, and agility are all unknown. Platinum potential. Skills, Plague Burst, Poison Shield, Physical Regeneration, Fission, Iron Hook Capture, Indigo Death, Devour to Heal, Create Undead from Corpses. Extremely fond of tearing enemies apart. It also devours corpses. Special form, Gigantic. When the giant corpse butcher is killed, it will instead split and revive. At this moment, another system notification appeared. Reverse Cleansing Spell, Shadow Binding Spell has been activated, target imprisoned. The giant corpse butcher was suddenly bound by countless iron chains. Lin Yi took that opportunity to rush forward, calculating silently. Next, I just need 30 seconds. Then he summoned a group of slimy, red-glowing monsters and commanded, "Go, defeat them." Without standing still, Lin Yi swung his scepter and activated Reverse Healing Spell. Power Plunder Spell, Reverse Divine Instrument Therapy, Calamity's Advent, Reverse the Star's Brilliance falls to earth surrounded the altar. In an instant, the altar was melted by his immense power. At the same time, a new notification appeared, defeated the altar of death. Undead creatures in this area have stopped being summoned. Defeated the giant corpse butcher. Giant corpse butcher X2 has appeared. Accordingly, on the other side, the giant corpse butcher had split into 2 halves. Lin Yi frowned and shouted, "Power Plunder Spell." As soon as he finished speaking, 2 brilliant red beams of light shot forward, causing it to quickly explode. The screen showed another notification, defeated the split giant corpse butcher. The Skeleton King and the Undying Sorceress have awakened. Looking at the remaining pile of bones at his feet, Lin Yi frowned and thought, it seems this is a catastrophe-level difficulty dungeon. As long as there's a level restriction, it won't be that intimidating. At least with my current abilities and equipment, it's more than enough. Then, he suddenly called out, "Come out, cursed knight. I need you this time." As soon as the words fell, the dark cursed knight and its dragon appeared. A new notification popped up, summoned level 15 gold grade dark cursed knight to battle. Duration, 1 hour. Just as Lin Yi jumped onto the dragon's back, a large number of undead awakened below. The two of them quickly flew towards the distant mountain. After traveling for a while, Lin Yi arrived. What appeared before his eyes was the image of the skeleton king sitting on its throne of bones. He looked up at its shriveled skull and glowing blue eyes, then glanced over to read the information that had just appeared. Skeleton King, level 15. Strength, Constitution. Intelligence unknown, Spirit 2, Agility unknown. Platinum potential. Skills, Legion's Might, Flag of Death, Evil Aura, Flesh Resurrection, Shield of the Departed. The Skeleton Monarch uses aura skills and expertise to strengthen nearby undead creatures. It likes to use human wave tactics to hunt and kill its enemies. Then he looked at another information panel, Undying Sorceress, level 15, all information unknown. Platinum potential. Skills include Death Fluctuation, Ice Bone Magic, Black Hole, Eclipse, Blood of Freezing Ice. A powerful sorceress. Proactively possessed a spellcaster, using dark magic and necromancy to transform itself into an undead creature. It possesses exquisite magical casting abilities and an intellect far surpassing ordinary undead creatures. Lin Yi coldly commanded the Dark Cursed Knight, kill. While Lin Yi was trying to look cool, the Dark Cursed Knight suddenly muttered some words. Then he gave an embarrassed smile and said, Sir Cursed Knight. After that, Lin Yi coldly waved his hand and commanded, do it. As soon as he finished speaking, the scepter in his hand slammed heavily onto the ground. The Undying Sorceress' eyes widened in shock. At this moment, the Dark Cursed Knight charged forward to attack the Undying Sorceress. Then, it unleashed the skill Moonlight Assault, causing her to cry out in pain. Health points reduced by 1,441. But the Undying Sorceress suddenly crushed something in her mouth, making a crisp sound. In an instant, her entire body was enveloped in a strange blue light. A horde of demons was also summoned because of it. But they had just managed to pounce. When the Dark Cursed Knight quickly created a magic shield that could reflect all magic damage for 3 seconds. This caused both the demons and the Undying Sorceress to be sent flying. Finding herself in a bind, she trembled and reached out towards the high platform, begging, Skeleton King, help me. But just as the Skeleton King stood up, it heard footsteps behind it. It turned its head in shock to look behind. And saw Lin Yi standing behind it, enveloped in a sea of blood. He declared in a low voice, your opponent is me. With that, he unleashed the reversed skill, Azure Sea Tide of Life, Sea of Undead. In an instant, the sea of blood submerged the Skeleton King, causing it to enter a withered and weakened state. Health points were also reduced by 999. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Dark Cursed Knight was frantically using Rising Dragon Slash and Triple Slash on the Undying Sorceress, making her wail miserably. Then, it used Curse Explosion, causing her to explode, sending smoke and dust everywhere. But the Undying Sorceress' vitality was limitless. She quickly launched a sneak attack. Unfortunately, the Dark Cursed Knight nimbly and perfectly dodged her sneak attack. At this moment, it suddenly felt something strange behind it. The Dark Cursed Knight turned to see the Undying Sorceress condensing frost. She laughed maniacally, muttering, Frost. But how could it let her have her way? Within seconds, the Dark Cursed Knight used Moonlight Assault to cut her in half. The Undying Sorceress shouted unwillingly, King of the Underworld, at the bottom of the abyss, I will trade my soul to you. And so, she performed the ritual to sacrifice her own body. Before that, the Undying Sorceress had cursed hatefully, May my foolish enemy be sent to hell forever. Seeing this, Lin Yi quickly shouted, Sir Cursed Knight, she's going to self-destruct and take everyone with her. But it was too late. With a loud bang, the undying sorceress body exploded, creating a mist and countless ice crystals. It was the blood of freezing ice. The undying sorceress sacrifices her soul, emptying her entire remaining health bar, to release a large area ice-type magic, dealing massive ice-type magic damage and a freezing effect. But luckily, the dark cursed knight had summoned its magic shield in time, causing all of her ice bones to backfire on her. She roared in terror, what? At the same time, the dark cursed knight also turned and charged to sneak attack the Skeleton King. Target cleared. Along with Lin Ye's praise, the undying sorceress also dissipated into the wind. Well done, Sir Cursed Knight. Lin Yi immediately used his scepter to eliminate what was left. Calamity's advent. Before completely disappearing, the Skeleton King spoke unwillingly, "Ah, ignorant human, true despair still lies ahead." The system also displayed a notification: killing the Skeleton King and the Undying Sorceress has met the basic clearance requirements for killing the dungeon bosses. A portal has opened. You can now leave through the portal. Based on the dungeon requirements you have completed, you will receive a corresponding clearance score. At this time, Lin Yi walked over and used a healing spell on the Dark Cursed Knight.